Y'all ready? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the podcast that never sleeps. Now kick back in your seat and witness greatness.
Yes, sir. McKenna, look at you. First in the chat today.
Chat down to see is what I can see.
Beat out Chase, who's Matt. There's a few people that want to be first. That's funny. You rocked them all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast Never Sleeps. I'm your host, Killer Cam, aka it's your boy. And with me always is the funny and very knowledgeable Jarvis Recta, ladies and gentlemen, aka
Hey, welcome back to the podcast that never sleeps. Good to be back.
Yeah, and if it's your first time at the podcast Never Sleeps, welcome. Happy to have you. Here we explore the new, the ancient, and the mysterious, especially for No Sleep Month.
Yeah.
We got to get a little spooky. Jared, will you do me a kindness?
Yeah.
And will you tell the peeps what we'll be getting into today?
Today's fun. Today we're going to dive into the world of the occult. Demons, witches, black magic, the dark arts, all the good stuff. Perfect for No Sleep Month. Perfect for Halloween.
I'd say.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
first off, let's get into the groove of things. So, how was your week? How you feeling? How you doing? How's life in the big city?
Daughter just slayed her volleyball game, so they've been killing it. They have this one server.
She's good?
Yeah, she's good. She's going to be great. She just started. A lot of her friends have been playing for a little while, and she joined up because she plays soccer. That's her sport. But she joined up volleyball because a lot of her friends are on the team, and she's just naturally good at it. Yeah, but they've got a couple players.
But soccer is her thing.
Yeah, but there's this kid that can serve like 17 to 20 points straight, like just a slayer.
I was just watching.
They have good players.
I was just watching these guys play beach volleyball.
Yeah.
And this dude, I forget his name, Tony or something. He does this thing where he like knuckles the ball.
Yeah.
And people are like, should that be legal? But yeah, people are mad about it.
It's annoying.
It's just
annoying.
What
an annoying
yeah.
thing.
And dude,
it
that flew like it went.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Dumbest thing I saw was on YouTube. Someone was like, or it was on Instagram or something.
Yeah.
Someone was like showing, it was like this fight, and this guy was leg kicking this guy in a street fight. And it said, should street fights be legal should leg kicking be legal in street fights?
No, please no. Yeah, they're horrible.
It's like, wait, I'm like, what are you going to talk to the street fight commission?
Yeah.
Like, what do you?
But I agree.
It's all legal.
That's the worst. Kicks are the worst. Leg kicks
are the most abusive thing
Yeah,
ever.
it's just freaking.
Dude.
There was that one fighter who that's all he did. He was like this smaller fighter. You would know who he is. He would just leg kick people until they gave up.
Gaethje's good at that. The first guy who did it, like when you watched the guy who really did it,
it was an older fighter.
Yeah, it was a dark-haired, short guy.
Yeah,
right?
he was like small. This one of the smaller guys.
Yeah,
and he would just leg kick until people gave up. Like they literally
Benson Henderson.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
No, yeah, I remember, dude. My D-Live, what up, my dude? I remember the first, not the first, but one of my favorite UFC events I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Two are like tied for my favorite. One where I got to sit next to Chuck Liddell and Matt Hughes, and Dana White was right in front of me. It was so cool.
Whoa, that's wild.
Yeah, and then
so that's good seats.
Oh my god! And then the other one was
Wayne, Chucky.
Yeah,
got,
Chucky.
Dana was hanging out.
Yes,
but you were in front of them. They were behind you.
Josh Koscheck was right next. He's like, apologize.
Dude, on Dana White's podcast, he was like, you know who was sitting by us? Cameron from the podcast.
I'm sure
he was sitting right in front of us the whole time. It was like we didn't want to say anything. How funny
would that be?
That'd be funny.
That'd be amazing.
We didn't want to like be weird or anything, so we like didn't say hi, but we wanted to.
No, but yeah, when that'd be the best. When Diego's girl bumped into my dad, he was like, I forget what Diego said, but something to the effect of, "Not bad, huh?" Like talking about his girl.
That's hilarious.
It was so good, dude. It made me love him. Yeah. But my second favorite, or tied for first, was when I got to see my favorite fighter at the time, still one of my favorite, former fighters, Forrest freaking Griffin.
Yeah.
Beat Quentin Rampage Jackson.
Oh, wow.
By leg kicks.
They were like the two biggest fighters at the time.
In the world at the time. Yeah. So he beat him. CTB, what up?
Yeah, dude. Leg kicks are so
He beat him through leg kicks to the point where Quentin was
just too much.
Which is just like trying to drag his leg across.
Yeah, like, what are you
and you take away all their power because you can't really generate a good punch. And then he won. It was
glitching
amazing.
faces. I hope that's just for you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I hope that's not in reality.
That'd be weird.
That'd be hilarious. But so yeah, I'm sure it'll not glitch.
Oh yeah. Look at they're both saying glitching issues.
Who else said?
D Livewire and CTB. Yeah, look at our upload is dropping off.
Where are you seeing that?
See where it's the kilobytes per seconds in the corner? Yeah, down there. It's been dropping to red and yellow a lot.
You guys
we gotta keep an eye on it.
Here and there. Okay. I don't know what to do.
I don't want to
about
restart for that.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna shut down a bunch of stuff. But
anyway, I bet that'll help.
Yeah, let's talk.
Well, yeah, that's okay to, I think, address a technical issue while it's happening, but especially if they're not going to be able to enjoy it, whatever we say.
We could always cut this out.
But we will. Cool. It's fun to have technical issues. Every show has it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching a show just the other day where it was, weaponized. Dude, the guys that ran the OSAP program, they just released a new book. And if you watch this show, we talk about UFOs and alien stuff all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So their first book was that Skinwalkers of the Pentagon. That was they released all those stories about Skinwalker Ranch and the government-funded DIA program, the Defense Intelligence Agency funded program to monitor Skinwalker.
Yeah.
The new book is about the UFO program.
Sick.
And in it, they have a meeting that took place where they acknowledge that the government has a vehicle of unknown origins that they were able to gain access to with no visible propulsion, no wings, and no fuel source. And it's acknowledged in this book. It's the first time they've been able to get something like that. And this is from the guys who ran the DIA
program. The book has come out?
It just came out. So they just did a promo for it on Weaponized.
What? It's Sean. Cool. So who wrote it?
The two guys who ran OSAP. Two scientists.
What?
I can't remember their names.
The OSAP scientists wrote it.
The guys that ran the DIA program. They both wrote
Dude, how sick will that be?
Yeah.
I got to pick that up. Oh, my gosh.
What's the two, George and Jeremy Corbell. Back in tag team trying to get anything they can out of them. Yeah. But they won't say anything that's not written in the book because everything in the book has to be approved. Just like
and obviously if it's in the book, it was approved.
Right. So they can't go outside of those guidelines or there's major issues there. Wow. So it's just what's in there. But they were able to we're dropping off at 0.
Yeah.
We're hitting walls.
Yeah.
But yeah, so this is secondary verification of guys that worked on the program. This isn't people that interviewed people like Grush. These are firsthand witnesses of an actual unknown origin craft.
Insane.
Yeah. Insane. So that's cool. So that's like the newest, the big update in the UFO phenomenon world.
Yeah, that's wild.
Say. Yeah.
Also, the new Loki show, I haven't watched much of it. We could talk about that a little bit. Yeah,
there's only
I have
two,
some spooky videos I want to show some people.
Yeah, today, if you're just joining, we're going to go through the occult, black magic, the dark arts, demon summoning, all kinds of cool stuff related to the occult. So that's going to be the main topic of today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you want
Tina, welcome. Chase, happy teacher. Good to have you all.
Do you want to start with showing a crazy spooky video?
Yeah, let's get in the zone. Let's get in the spooky zone.
In the spook zone.
I like it, man.
Yeah.
I love this fun stuff.
Oh, it's so much fun.
I saw probably the best ghost video ever. If you want to play it, I saved it on my TikTok as the most recent
Then I'll have
save. It's the best. It's probably the best. Best ghost video I've seen in a long time.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
But yeah, witches and dark magic. I love it.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, dude. There's just so much history with this. It makes you wonder what was really going on with all of this.
What's really going on? All right, ready?
Yeah.
This woman was caught on camera eating a rotting deer carcass and performing witchcraft.
Great.
Now, as it currently stands, no crime aside from trespassing has been committed, but it's still creepy. They showed up in the middle of the night, the woman naked, and performed a bizarre ritual involving the carcass.
Imagine this on your
took place
ring.
in Canada near
Yeah.
indigenous
Fucking
land. Some are
terrible.
even citing the possibility of wendigos or skinwalkers. Either way, it's disturbing that.
You see that? Look at the top. Yeah. Well, it just flew down the ridge.
Oh, no. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
look.
creepy,
Look,
dude.
it's at the top.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Yeah,
An impossible jump. And it's right there.
Yeah. Screaming.
Have you seen the one where the cop pulls up to the witch in the middle of the street and it starts levitating? And like with fire in her mouth or whatever? It was filmed in Mexico.
The most insane. Dude,
Mexico's got a deep history of witchcraft.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
Brujas.
dude.
Brujas,
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I actually had a...
The Señoras de la Noche. Have you heard of them?
No.
Yeah, that's like their darkest like black magic practitioners, witchcraft stuff. Yeah.
If you're the
Señores de la
darkest
Noche.
of that
Yeah.
arena, you're the most terrifying humans.
Mm-hmm. It means the lords of the darkness. And all of their rituals have been lost to time, supposedly. Like, obviously, people pass this stuff on. That's how it gets from generation to generation.
Yeah.
But all of the written works and the spells and stuff are supposedly gone from history. Sure. But imagine, it's creepy.
Doesn't look like it. I'm seeing witches right freaking now, dude. Yeah, you're right here.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of good ones, and then I have a full video that Nuke did that we could skim through. That's really dope.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I wasn't expecting to actually
Here
watch
is
some
the audio of the
creepy
witch.
videos on this.
Yeah,
That
right.
was spotted by my cousin in Hidalgo, Mexico.
She's too
Of course,
happy.
Mexico.
Yeah. See, I'm starting to think that this stuff wasn't lost.
Listen to that. Ugh. That horrifying
Real
sound.
witch catch on camera. This incident happened in Saudi Arabia, and a police officer are patrolling. Look how one of them are screaming, which makes the video more creepy.
They're terrifying.
Yeah, that's scary. I don't care who you
This
are.
witch get you.
Yeah.
Real witch caught in camera.
Okay, hold on. Jared, please read what McKenna just said.
Yeah, McKenna says brujeria is not a joke. Many years of Latin culture.
Bro, I told you the experience I had with the Bruja.
Yeah. No, I trust me. I dove into a lot of these different dark arts,
Yeah.
and they have a solid
Oh my
background in
God,
this.
dude. So I told you, I think
So,
I even
yeah,
told it on the
McKenna.
show where I was dating a girl and she was Mexican. And there was this thing where she went to her aunt who's a Bruja.
Yeah.
And she's like, hey, asked her some questions. And how this lady does it, I guess, everybody has their own little way of doing spells and stuff.
Right.
But how
However
this
they
lady,
were taught.
how this specific lady did it was she would light things like this herb thing. And depending on how it smelled, so if it smelled like my cologne, she'd be like, "Oh, okay, so it's a male, blah blah blah."
Okay.
Or if it smelled like it would smell like anything. So let's say it smells like chalk. Oh, he works out maybe, or something.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. So
Yeah.
based on the smell, but when my girl came back to me and said, "Oh, she said this. Does this sound familiar?" She said this is. I'm like, "No, babe, that's weird." Everything was dead on.
It was all like negative shit.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
funny.
Yeah, not terrible negative
Yeah.
stuff, but like small little truths
Yeah,
that were like
weird
I didn't
things.
want her
Right,
to
yeah.
directly know.
Oh, that's
But
wacky.
them even being brought up was sort of like,
Creepy, yeah.
its own admission. But creepy. Yeah, what
How
McKenna
does
said?
this stuff work? Like that's what really, dude. When looking into this, I'm like, there's too much history.
How does this
here.
stuff work? Yeah,
And
exactly.
the power of words, like the spoken word, has a lot
and
of
symbols.
power.
We've talked about the power of symbolism before.
Course, yeah,
So
that tarot episode.
I want to get in. We'll watch a few more of these witch videos, these scary, spooky witch videos.
Yeah, McKenna's saying it's that the Brujeria is almost a sect of like mystic Catholicism, as many people pray to saints. Yeah, there's a lot of that in these art forms around the world throughout. I'm talking thousands of years of history. It's always about connecting with higher beings or the undead or the souls of dark
past, yeah.
entities or
Oh, okay.
demons and stuff like that. Yeah, it's
They would
crazy.
say the souls of like
Depending
past
on
people.
Yes, that too. Like they would say that like the dead would join the rituals, like they'd be part of it.
Yeah.
Or they would use them to help increase the power of the magic. They would call on the souls of the dead or of it's crazy
So yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
And these
So-
people believed it.
Yeah. And belief alone is powerful too.
That's true.
So there's a lot of spooky videos. So we'll show us a few more spooky vids. Then I'll sort of talk about the genesis of like witches and cool stuff like
Yeah.
that. And then I do want to talk about the Salem Witch Trials. I think we got to get there.
Oh yeah,
right.
That'll be, that'll be fun.
And then I think then you go into you talk a little.
We're going to talk about black magic and the dark arts throughout history. Just a few different geographic areas, what they believed in, how those art forms worked, and you'd be surprised at the people that were known to have done these types of things. There's a lot of historical figures that have done black magic, and we'll get into black versus white magic. And I would love to hear what you think about that. So we'll get to that later.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
Yeah, if you like that kind of stuff, then you're gonna love me. No, but, I just set it up just for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm very excited. And by the way, audience, I want you to try and figure out for best movie ever, what movie did we choose?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think one of you could figure it out. Where's Given Life? Our boy hasn't showed up yet, but we got McCann.
He might be there.
We got.
But this is kind of an easy one, I think, to guess. Especially if you know the show.
Let's see. Yeah. Well, let's see what they come up with.
I think I've referenced this movie.
I know we've
mentioned
it. I know we've mentioned it.
Yeah.
So let's see if I think McKenna might be able to.
Yeah, we'll see.
Pull it out. All right.
Or CTB.
No, yeah, or Chase, dude. Any of our fans, really.
Yeah.
This is Danny from Canada who saw a witch in a forest of Canada.
Oh, come
bro. That's a yikes from me.
First,
I don't even
he'd
like
think
how
she
it
was
looks.
a normal
It's
woman,
freaking me out.
but he's
already.
wrong.
I don't like seeing
Normal
this shit.
women
What's
can't
crawling?
do these things. Look what happened to him.
Dude, look at that.
To have the wherewithal to record it screaming, I would just be
Caught
gone.
on camera.
Oh my
These
dude,
paranormal
I wouldn't be filming.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I'd
pulling
book
it.
it.
Yeah.
Caught
Yeah.
a witch in camera, which disappear.
Ooh, yeah, this stuff gives me creeps.
Real witch caught on camera.
This one
part
is a
3.
little silly.
You can
Tell me
see
what you think of this
woman
one.
Who is climbing up on this building? Is it normal?
But she's actually
Definitely
climbing.
not. It's not normal for a woman doing this. What you think is
Like she's actually climbing though.
Yeah, as if she's like,
Like
How
how?
is she doing that?
Yeah.
for more video.
Isn't that
Like those are
wild?
like flat surfaces.
Yeah. All right, let's do this last one, then we'll start getting into the stuff.
Investigators.
But I got
in
so many more
Spider-Witch
videos.
house, and they met this witch who is doing some kind of ritual. Look what she doing. Don't forget
Look
to
what she
subscribe
doing.
Unknown Dose for more
Ugh,
videos.
what do you guys think of this kind of stuff?
After seeing this,
Do you
they
think
get
it's
scared
real?
and run from there.
Oh.
Real Witch Caught on Camera Part 5. This paranormal investigators see a witch inside a house. Look what she do.
What's she do?
She lunch fire from somewhere after seeing
Little similar
this,
to what you were-
Oh, that's
nothing
wacky.
and run from there. Subscribe Unknown Dose for more.
Fire
Wildness,
magic.
huh?
There's so much forbidden magic and stuff. It's great. It's cool. It's a cool
wild.
topic. Yeah.
Yeah. Too much history.
excited.
Did you read all of McKenna's
McKenna
comments?
said there's too much history and too much proof the power of your voice and symbols is legit. Agreed.
Yeah.
McKenna. Yeah. Yep. We know. There's energy there, and intent is big. Is
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Intent is everything.
People that believe in like
9/10 of the law
like that. What is that? The power. What is the
of Christ compels you.
where you can
Manifest.
manifesting
Yeah.
things, yeah, that kind of stuff. There's
secret.
power and intent, yeah, the secret,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
let's do it.
What are witches? Are they
What are
still
they
around?
indeed? Yeah, are they?
Were they ever around? These are questions, right?
Yeah.
So they've remained in the public consciousness for thousands of
forever.
years. Yes.
Yeah.
So it's funny. Let me ask you this. When you think of a witch, what do you think of?
I think of
Like describe, yeah.
Yeah, somebody like kind of what we were seeing, like long black hair.
When you say
dark
somebody-
robe, a woman, like some woman in a black robe with like black or white robe with like long black hair.
Yeah.
Like in the center of a pentagram, like lighting candles and that kind of shit.
100%.
Yeah.
And a woman. You picture a woman when
Yes.
you hear witch,
Yeah.
right? And there could be male witches. They don't have to be called warlocks. They could be
Right.
male witches.
Yeah.
So it's funny because forever people think witch, they think female.
Yeah, of
And I
course.
think all of this can be, in some way, all of this can be rooted back in even Adam and Eve. Eve is the one who grabs the apple, right? And apples and witches often have are tied together, which is funny too.
That's true.
Yeah, but so Eve, the woman, grabs the apple, right?
Yeah.
She's the one who takes the bite. She's the one who listens to the devil, the snake.
Yeah.
So it's all, there's so many things, and I'll explain as we go, so many things that just, it says, oh, women are witches, and here's the little reasons why.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. So before any of that, before witches as we know them, there was like, what's it called? When you, there's many gods.
Pagan.
Is it? No,
Paganism, yeah.
No, polytheism.
Sure.
So like polytheistic religions, like the Greeks, right?
Yeah.
So they all had one. Like the Scandinavian goddess Freya would come in on her chariot. So maybe that has something to do with the flying of witches and stuff. But it all breaks down. So I'll explain.
Yeah.
So in Greek mythology, there was Circe, who was an enchantress, but she was like beautiful, right? And she would enchant men with her brew of honey wine. Yeah. And then she would take her wand and turn them into pigs.
Yeah. I've heard things written about her, like in the Latin, like in Latin and stuff.
Yeah.
Because the Romans, even though they didn't, they weren't pagans, they would have they would use pagan symbols and imagery, and Circe would show up, and they would say she'd use powerful herbs. Yeah. And they think that was like, it was like
herbs,
mushrooms,
her honey wine that she brewed. Yeah.
For those types of rituals. And you'll see there's so many ties between ancient religions, pagan religions, and these types of mind expanding drugs almost
even relating to the Salem Witch Trials. There's a bunch there. But it's funny though, we're starting to get a picture painted even back this far back. So Freya is on her chariot, so she's flying, and we have this enchantress with her wand from Greek mythology, right? And then we have Lilith in Hebrew tradition, who would steal like newborns, and
Lilith shows up in like Akkadian texts, like ancient Sumerian stuff. Like
she showed up in True Blood, the show.
Yeah, she did. We talked about her before. Yeah, she was Adam's in some works. She was Adam's first wife. Yeah, before Eve. Yeah, and she was.
It was one of his other ribs.
That was no rib. That was the thing. She was made as
she was created as an equal.
Yeah, so that was the problem.
What a cool
she
story,
goes off on her own,
bro.
and she gets cursed, and so she becomes like a succubus or something.
A vampire.
That's their whole backstory for her.
Yeah, I love it.
Ancient stuff, way before.
So yeah, in way not quite back then, but
that could be
years ago. Being a witch was like the worst thing you could be.
Oh yeah,
and it's funny because all the characteristics that witches had were all the worst things and the most looked down upon things at the time.
Which is funny.
Yeah.
They seem to be like these powerful like matriarchs that could probably do a lot of good with those powers.
See, that's the funny thing, and we'll get there.
Painted in this dark way.
Well, the things that witches are accused of, and the things that were like the worst at the time, promiscuity, dancing naked was literally something that they always said witches did. Sacrifices, obviously. Cannibalism, witchcraft.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but it's funny because if you look back in like these like pagan religion, you see the like crimes. Murder comes like fifth.
Oh yeah.
Poisoning comes before murder.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adultery becomes
because back then it's like you come on, we're gonna have to do some murder. Like.
Yeah. So that's like further down the list.
No, yeah,
dude, it's so wild. But so being like accused of being a witch was basically a death sentence. Given life, there he is. What's up, my boy?
Welcome,
and what did CTB here say?
I just watched The Exorcist last night. She looked like a witch with the long scrambled hair, cracked lips, the white gown.
Straight up.
And then she mentions Happy Teacher mentions Homer. The Odyssey has references to witches.
Dude, the Odyssey has it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? I can't remember the name of the Roman version of it, but they bring up, I think Circe makes an appearance in the Roman version and the Iliad. What is it? I can't remember.
The Roman version of the Iliad.
No, it's not the Iliad. It's called but it's the Odyssey. It's the Eleusinian or something like that.
Oh shoot!
Yeah.
You're saying
It's
it's
the
almost
Roman
exactly
version.
right.
Yeah. I just can't remember what the specific word.
Now
yeah.
Iliad has me thrown off.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, some scholars trace witches back to ancient deities such as the ones I referred to. So perhaps they started at Cat Lover. There she is.
Yeah.
So perhaps these witches, as we know them, started as like these goddess cults,
Yeah.
which were positive,
Yeah.
right? And then
Fertility goddesses and such.
yeah,
Dude,
and
there's
then
these
over the
ancient
years,
religions, or sorry, I don't mean to keep
No,
cutting
you're
you
good.
off, but dude,
No,
there's
please.
like these ancient finds where it seems there were matriarchal cultures during our history. Like it would go from like,
Dude.
you have the Sumerian kings and stuff, but in between you'd have these stretches of time where women were in charge.
there's
Yeah.
and that's at the end of where I'm going. But,
funny.
Yet the modern day, they sort of say there was a time it wasn't witches were these ousted people. No,
Yeah.
these like
Yeah, they ran
female cults
society.
like ran, and that's basically what people say. So people that are part of this certain religion, but we'll get there.
Okay.
So in ancient Mesopotamia, there was Nana. In Egypt, there was Isis. In Canaan, there was Asherah. So every religion
Yeah.
has their female goddess. And it's usually all the same, sort of like what you were saying, fertility.
Yeah.
It's all the like female traits, right?
Yeah.
So it's either
makes
nature
sense.
or fertility.
The ability to give life.
Yeah.
That's the most.
Giving life!
Giving life. Yeah. That's like the most, especially if you're building, you're building humanity.
Yeah, these
the
are-
ability to give life is the ultimate.
That's yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And so these are all like female traits that go along with witches. So it's funny. And so the Middle East, often those who practiced the holy war rituals were women, and that's sort of what you
funny.
were saying
Yeah.
before. Yeah. So could these priestesses be the earliest witches? Possibly, probably. These early rituals could be what we know today is like witchcraft. You
Yeah.
know, those rituals, even though they were maybe positive or for good.
Yeah.
Well, could be.
And that kind of power could be used both ways. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, obeying the Bible, Hebrews condemned witchcraft as a pagan practice, so they completely banned it.
Right.
It's funny, though, because there's a story in the Bible that actually involves a witch, which I had no idea.
That's cool.
In the Old Testament.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
So I'll tell you a little bit about it real quick. So it describes a king having a magical encounter with a witch. So the story is about the Israelites. It's during the Israelites versus the Philistines.
Okay.
The king seeks out a forbidden sorceress in her little hut. It's very how you'd expect a witch, like that movie.
Or even Game of Thrones.
Even
Remember
Game
the
of
witch with
Thrones.
the
Yeah.
horse?
Oh,
and the
100%,
whole-
dude. Yeah. No, through my research, she popped into my head more than a few times. But so yeah, it was during the Israelites versus the Philistines. The king seeked out this forbidden sorceress, and he wanted her to call upon a spirit to counsel him with this war.
Yeah.
And they were banned, but he still sought out a witch in this biblical story. The witch obeyed, and she said, "Okay, yeah, I'll do the ritual, and I'll get a hold of this guy to help you out."
Yeah.
So she makes a sacrifice of a young one,
Oh.
and brings the ghost of Camilla the prophet from Beyond the Dead.
Wow.
Yeah. The specter predicted King Saul would die in battle. Yeah. Not that they were going to win. Didn't help him with
Right.
battle strategy. He's like, no matter how this goes, you're going to die.
Oh, wow.
Is what this specter said.
Yeah.
He ends up dying in the war.
That's crazy.
And that's in the Bible.
I wonder if he would have lived if he didn't do the ritual.
Isn't that so funny? It's
Yeah.
that butterfly effect type of thing.
Is
where,
trying to win it by using this practice might have been the reason you couldn't win it?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Happy Teacher said Ulysses.
Yeah.
But
Maybe
the
that's what I
rope.
was thinking. Ulyssian, maybe. Something like that.
anyway.
Yeah.
You have Google. We all have Google.
Yeah.
But so during the plague or the Black Death, as some knew it. People became like very fearful in general at this point. 1 in 3 people were dying. So, of course, you're going to become fearful. 1 in 3 people were dying, right?
Yeah.
So, excuse me.
Yeah, Ulysses. Yeah.
It is?
That's it, yeah.
Okay, cool. So, anyway, what was I saying?
Yeah,
so
Ulysses.
1 in 3 people
That's
dying.
right. I was trying of how to use it as an adjective.
Yeah.
Ulyssian. Yeah.
So, yeah, people were, during the plague, 1 in 3 people were dying. So everyone was so fearful. Everyone was terrified. And so this fear manifested into believing the devil had to be behind the deaths. Because 1 in 3...
Yeah, that's crazy.
It must be the devil's work.
Yeah, of course.
Right?
Especially with lack of like understanding of science. But
Yeah.
Who knows?
So they assumed heretics were to blame. Another.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, another.
That's never good for the people they think are heretics.
Yeah. And in this case, all witches are heretics.
Okay.
So they started hunting witches.
Yeah. Anybody
Yeah.
who's not on our team.
Yep. They're like,
let's go
sorry,
get
witches
'em."
are to blame now. Yeah, you're a heretic. Yeah, dude, being called a heretic, you're done.
Yeah, I'm sure it was
You're
anybody who
fucked.
didn't worship their exact religion was a heretic, right? That's how they viewed it.
Yeah.
So if you practiced any form of paganism whatsoever,
Yeah.
you're done for. Yeah. So whether you're a witch or not, they're coming for you. Uh-oh. Did it help? Hunting all these witches?
I thought you were reading something. That's so funny. No, but because it was, as we know, the bubonic plague was brought by rats, not witches. It wasn't the devil, or maybe it was.
Well, they have that ancient story of the Ark of the Covenant. When it was captured, the entire town was overran by rats and plague until they gave the Ark back to the Israelites.
Yeah, that ark stuff is creepy.
So there's some like religious artifact that was able to cause a plague. And we know there's stories of plagues in the Bible being brought on by God to punish people. So yes, it was caused by rats, but was the plague and the rats more than just a coincidence?
Yeah.
Who knows? What if it
Was there something blowing the string?
Yeah. What if there was something more to it?
So actually, back then, a book was written called the Malleus Maleficarum.
Wow, there you go.
Yeah, you could tell that's no bueno, that
Yeah.
book. So it was literally like a detailed book in how to identify witches and how to hunt them.
Okay.
It was a witch hunting book.
Yeah, that's cool.
What do we got in the
Is there
comments?
still like copies of it? Like is it like online? Read what it actually says? Is it still out there?
I read a few like of the beginning pages.
Oh, wow.
But I don't know how much is fully available. No.
How old is it? Do you know?
This was before the 1600s, so this was either late 14th or early 15th century.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense too.
Or I'm sorry, or early 1500s.
Cat Lover says
Not
it's probably the evil energy manifested that caused the death. Because especially the Old Testament, the goal was to worship the God Abraham, worship not outside sources. Right. So could that have been? Yeah. And then McKenna says Kabbalah is mystic Judaism. Exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
That was their
Look at our audience,
magical.
bro.
That was their practice of magic was Kabbalah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So basically, the thought process was, and this is real.
Yeah.
If women could heal, right, and make these potions, because back then, women were in the cities. They were the healers, the midwives.
Yeah.
They did all the cooking, brewing, potions, whatever, right? And all the healers, most of them were women. So they're like, if they could heal and make these potions for good, why couldn't they do the opposite? Which is
That sucks.
crazy thinking.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Without
I mean,
any
sure,
proof that they're doing it
with
that
no
sucks.
proof. I mean, okay, fine. I understand the thought process.
Yeah.
If they could do a white magic potion, why can't they do a black magic potion? I understand, but
I'm gonna talk to you about that later. Yeah. 'cause
okay,
I
cool.
want to talk
Yeah,
about
okay.
the two.
I didn't get
and-
into it because I know you're jumping in. So
McKenna says she loves all things spiritual. I agree with you, McKenna. It's fun to
It's
look
so
into
fun.
all of this.
I know.
Yeah. Cool.
McKenna's
And Cat Lover says samesies.
yeah. So by the end of the 1600s, the pursuit for witches was at its peak. It was town for town in Europe.
Oh no.
Yeah, in European towns, dude, specifically Germany, they went so ham. No, seriously, I'll explain. So they'd find women, accuse them of being witches, and they brought them before the Inquisitors, they were called.
Great.
Yeah, to be judged. The Inquisitors, which is so cool that they named the hunters of the Jedi,
the Inquisitors,
in Star Wars, the Inquisitors.
So cool.
I didn't know it related directly to hunting witches.
Yeah,
witching hunts.
Inquisitions.
Yeah, the Inquisition.
They would hunt if they wanted to wipe you out. Then
that's it, baby. Yeah. So here's one thing they would do. There's a few things they would do to find out if you're a witch. One of them was they would strip you down, bare naked.
Okay.
And they'd look for the mark of the beast, the mark of Satan.
Oh.
And
yeah, I guess if you have that, that's kind of a dead giveaway.
But if you had a birthmark, that was enough.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was enough.
That's silly.
That's like, that's supposed to be the mark of the devil.
What if you have a birthmark? Like, let's check that too. Anyone look at him?
Yeah. Let's all let's all strip here. Yeah. You want to do this?
Yeah.
This guy has moles. I'm sure he has
pot kettle guys. Come on.
Thing. Like, we don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, just trust me. Oh, pot and kettle. That's for making potions.
Potions.
Kill the witch.
Yeah. Illuminati.
No, there's one wrong.
It still comes to Illuminati.
Yeah.
So here's the fucking crazy thing too, is so they'd find, let's say they found this birthmark.
Okay.
And they couldn't kill you because killing witches was illegal.
What?
Killing witches was illegal.
Wait, that's weird.
Without a confession.
Oh no.
So how do they get them to confess to something they didn't do?
Yeah. Torture you.
They torture you.
Right.
That's what.
Come on, that's
what
not
torture
fair.
Is. It's so not fair.
This stuff is
you want to
such
talk
BS.
about not fair, bro?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to the most not fair thing that ever existed.
Yeah.
So they literally torture you, and so you're a witch, and I'm torturing you. Mm-hmm. Are you a witch? Are you a witch? I'm peeling your skin off, whatever. You finally admit, yes, I'm a witch. Good. Who are your cohorts? Who else?
Yeah.
Do you practice witchcraft with? You're not a witch.
Yeah, but you're
so
just
you just
trying
gotta
to
fucking
get out
throw
of
out
torture,
some names, dude.
Okay, fine. Yeah, because they'll keep torturing you, right? Yeah,
exactly.
Everybody, yeah.
No, it's just me. It's just me. Peel more skin.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, it's Sally too.
There can't just be one.
Yeah.
There's a coven.
Yeah.
We know.
Yeah.
We know you guys work
We know
in
a lot.
groups.
Yeah. Have you read the Maleficarum?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's told us everything.
We know it all. But there's literally a book for
Confess.
hunting witches.
That's so
literally
fun.
a book.
Yeah.
It was to identify and to hunt witches.
Okay.
So talk about unfair though. Here's the craziest thing. They did something called swimming the witch.
Okay.
So what this was, great practice. So they would take a woman and they'd bound her and they'd throw her in the lake.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So if you float, then you're a witch
That's so
and you'd be sent to death.
So, like the same thing we do to check if eggs go bad, they did with human beings to see if they were witches.
It's funny. And
That's
I have,
smart,
I
yeah.
have something, there's something to do with eggs and
on.
witches coming up. But so yeah, if they bound you, throw you in a lake, if you float, you're a witch and you'd get sent to death.
So they kill you.
If you sank
and died.
and died, you were innocent.
Oops.
But
Yeah.
too late.
So the people that throw you in, though, do they get put to death?
Nope.
Nope, they just move on, right?
Move on. Next house.
Next house.
Yeah, whatever.
Exactly. That'd
Insane.
be horrible.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
So, yeah, that's like Salem witch shit.
Yeah.
Seriously. But and we know torture isn't a great tactic because you'll just say whatever it takes to
Right.
stop the pain.
Yeah.
Right. So
And they make you give up people. That's so wrong.
yeah, you'd be like,
How was
after all the
anybody left
torture-
alive
I know.
after this?
Dude, there's some towns where basically literally no one
They
was.
just go door to door.
Straight up. I think Salem Witch was really where that went. But yeah.
Hello?
Hello there. Yes.
Yes, sorry to wake you
It's
so
the
late.
middle of the night. Yeah.
You know how we've been doing those inquisitions?
Yeah, yeah. Of course.
Your wife was named as a witch. We're here to drag her out.
My
and
wife, Marie.
throw her in the lake.
Mr. Mayor, sir. Excuse me. I'm just waking up, but not in a million years. Marie, she's the greatest. You
we
met her.
We have
She's
a confession. She's a witch, and we have to throw her in the lake. In fact, if you protect and harbor a witch, you're probably also a
She's
witch,
Wait, you'd say that last part one more time.
If you protect a witch,
okay,
you're a witch, and we'll have to throw you in the lake next to her. So again, let me ask you: we're here for your wife. Is she a witch?
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh, what's happening? Are you okay, sir?
Something for sure. Oh, the spell has been broken.
Oh.
That damn witch of mine. Okay, I'm so glad you showed up.
Good. Okay, guys. Good.
No,
good.
you have no idea. So,
See, we knew it.
Oh yeah, I was under her siren song. I was, dude. You couldn't have shown up a second sooner.
That's so funny.
I was literally thinking because I was, you know, she had me bedazzled.
Oh, of course.
So I'm thinking, I wish the
poor
mayor
guy.
would come. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
that's
get
so.
Marie.
What's so great is
spells.
the last few houses all said the same thing. That good thing we showed up just now when we did. And
Which houses you've been?
Well, just door to door. The last 4 houses, they all.
Who named Marie?
Your next door neighbor.
John.
Yeah. Yeah. He said she's a witch.
Hey, you didn't look at his wife?
Oh no, she's in the lake already.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
So that's who named your wife.
Well, goddamn.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Thankfully you're here. I'm gonna go to the bar.
Yeah, that's where John is. Actually, that's where all the guys are.
So all the guys said their wives were witches.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Could you imagine just small town like this? Oh, so many witches.
Yeah. What are the odds? That's crazy.
It's pretty good.
But yeah. So I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, glad we could help.
Hey, dude. Seriously. It's all out of my system though. Just so you know.
Bring her out, guys, and see who she names.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a guess. It's gonna be someone next door.
Yeah. And we need at least one name from her.
Until we get tired. We'll do this tomorrow.
Yeah. Just pick right back
But
up
yeah,
at the next
how
house.
was anyone left alive after this?
Dude, so in one town in Germany,
it'd have to be like that one guy who was like, I'm not gonna give in to this. You're just gonna have to kill me. I'm not gonna name anybody, and be that one where they'd have to finally stop. Like they were like the dam where they'd reach this end and the guy wouldn't name anybody. He was so like
steadfast.
Yeah, just like an actual good stand-up dude, not willing to throw his wife or his neighbors under the bus.
That happened.
And just take it.
That happened.
Yeah. And that's how they would stop.
And they killed him.
Yeah, of course. That guy went to death.
So
it is my name.
This is all 1600s.
All wives are witches. Do you like wives?
So not true. I'm sure. Given Life is sticking up for his wife.
It's not true.
No. My wife's a witch.
Practicing witch. Yeah.
Yeah. So where was I? So women would admit to heinous crimes that they never committed.
Whatever they asked them, right? Were you dancing in the forest with Beelzebub and turning people into stone? And
are you gonna chop my finger off if I say no?
You've been peeling skin off.
So then
whatever I did,
I was down dancing with Beelzebub. Whatever. Fucking just please.
What was that word again?
Please
sure,
stop.
Yeah, he was there.
Yeah.
Is he new to town?
Yeah. So, but like I was saying before, you're like, how wasn't anyone left alive?
Yeah.
So, like I said, Germany went ham, bro.
Okay.
Hard as a mug. So, in one night, in one single town, it's basically what we just acted out.
Yeah.
139 alleged witches were killed in this German town.
They just went door to door.
In the town square.
Yeah.
A witness there said it looked like a forest because of how many stakes there were holding up witches.
Dude,
139.
That's the most horrific thing I've
ever
heard.
Is that the worst description?
All in one area. 139
a burning
posts.
forest, yeah.
Yeah.
139 posts.
That's like the end of like Spartacus where they just
I know, right? I know. Another town condemned 600, almost the entire population of the town.
Oh. So they were taking out entire towns.
Dude, there were
with this tactic.
There was 21 priests and 14 children included in that.
So they unintentionally stopped the plague by just killing everybody. And then I guess there's no plague anymore if everyone's dead, right? If there's just a small population of people left, that's it. Not much plague spreading.
So unfortunately, there was plague spreading, not the plague, but the plague of people thinking witches were
Instead of 500 people with the plague, we're down to only 4 people. Wow, that's great.
That's a W in our books.
But there's only 9 people left in town now.
Yeah, and all the women are gone, so we can't reproduce.
So let me pose a question. If let's assume that some witchcraft was real, right?
Okay.
And that there were practicing witches with books of spells that could do horrific things.
Okay.
Bring on plagues and kill people and curse people.
Okay.
By them doing this and uncovering some real witches and uncovering some of these grimoires, because in what I found, most magic is gone, lost to history, captured by the church or
So you
agents
think
of the church.
there was a point where there was real magic
Let's
around?
say there was.
Okay.
Them doing this and gathering up and burning and destroying or capturing
Did they
all of these
destroy
books,
magic?
were they able to wipe out that dark black
like
magic?
the true
and-
texts
Yeah.
that you could read, that you
Right.
could actually create.
Is there an
a
upside here? Did they? Yes.
Did they
there's
eliminate
unintentionally?
black magic?
Yeah. Could they have eliminated most of it or captured those grimoires where now most people couldn't have access to it or teach it or anymore? And did they end up saving more lives by ending witchcraft than they took by hunting witches? What do you think? You'd have to assume, of course, that
Assuming,
witchcraft was real and that people had the
hypothetical
ability to do
is with
this.
the assumption that
Yeah.
that the witchcraft is real. So with the assumption that it's real, yeah, I
Because
mean,
we don't
why
hear about
not?
witch attacks anymore, right? Which, for a long time, like they pretty much eradicated this all the way through the time period you're talking about.
Me and my ex really went through it. Dude. No, I don't know. Yeah, I guess potentially, but
Is
the
there
way they
some
went
good
about
unintentionally?
it, they would torture until they would, it's not like they
not
caught
the way
these
to do
people
it.
in the act.
No, there was no proof in most cases.
Yeah.
it is truly
So
horrific.
I think if there was true dark magic or whatever, I think the actual witches would be like, oh, I see that coming to try and kill me. Let me do my invisibility spell.
well, it's not like you got a car or a plane or a train. You just go wherever you want. You couldn't leave town and just
Sure you could.
not
If you're
very
a witch.
easily. No, well.
Vehicle,
Yeah.
a sparkin.
Right, my broom, and I'm gone.
Yeah.
But then where do
there
you
you
go?
go.
You can't just fly in on a broom, and during this period, they would kill you.
can. You fly out, you say, later, skater.
I'm just saying it was a lot harder to relocate back then. So
Yeah,
you
it
kind of
was.
had to hide more than you could just pick up and go.
Yeah, you can't go to the town next
Yeah,
door.
you're
You
getting
gotta-
eaten by wolves on the road. I mean, it's like that time.
It's like Beauty and the Beast.
I'm just saying, what if this period even as horrific
Eliminated
as this,
magic.
what if they eliminated the dark arts
That's crazy.
by doing this?
Hey, it's not impossible.
Yeah.
It's
Very
a
different
crazy
world.
thought.
Yeah.
It's a
crazy
crazy
thought.
thought.
Yeah, just a question.
Just
I'd love to hear what you think in the comments there.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, I want you to guess what our movie is for best movie ever. I think one of you can guess it.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here? What do we got going on here? So, all right. So you want to talk about the Salem Witch Trials?
Yeah, let's get to that because Inquisitions are awful. Let's hear. This has to be a little less awful.
So,
More awful.
yeah, it's real awful. It's
Yeah.
pretty awful. No, the Inquisition stuff is real bad.
No, it's
this stuff is sucks too, but it's crazy. So we're gonna do this, then we're gonna do a few more scary videos,
Okay.
and then we're gonna do the news.
Nice. We got a news segment. Nice.
And then we're gonna do your segment. So very excited.
Yeah.
So Salem Witch Trials, 1692. Columbus sailed the ocean blue. All right, that's not true.
Yeah.
So in 1692, so the 1600s, mind you, were the peak of this craze.
Yeah.
Right?
Hunting witches.
Kill, witches at any cost.
Right.
Find and kill, find and kill.
Yeah.
So it made its way over from Europe to the New World and in New England, right? Where they landed. They're like, witches probably, I'm sure. Let's look around. So in Massachusetts, Salem, Massachusetts, in 1692, they had something called the Salem Witch Trials. So it was where 200 people were named. 14 women and 5 men would be hanged on Gallows Hill, which is
Okay.
a very eerie name.
Yeah.
So
Gallows.
why the others weren't killed is because if you said, I'm sorry, I am a witch, and I apologize, and I'll stop doing witchcraft.
What?
You get to live.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
It's crazy.
But like they would let you just stay in town and just go on about your business?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, that was by the end.
So how did 200 people end up dead?
No, 200 were accused and named.
Okay.
14 women and 5 men. So 21, 20 people
21 were killed. Okay. 20 were killed. Okay. That weren't willing to just
19.
say, I'm a
Look at our
witch.
It's 19. It's 14 and 5.
Okay. I'm a witch.
So why Salem
Yeah.
specifically?
Yeah.
What happened,
Good
right?
question.
Yeah. So
Why didn't this happen in every town? Why specifically here?
right?
Yeah.
So Salem was torn apart by a few things. So Salem wasn't this perfect city. It was torn apart by the 100-year war they just had with the indigenous peoples, right?
Yeah.
Internal pressures, land disputes, deep religious divides within the city. So in the 1700s, most things had 1600s. Most things had supernatural reasoning. So if you stubbed your toe, it was the devil's, trying to mess with you today.
Oh,
everything had like a
geez.
supernatural
Okay,
reason behind it, right? So that I think had part to do with it for sure.
Yeah.
So it's believed the Salem Witch Trials believed to have began in a Puritan minister's house, Reverend Samuel Paris.
So Puritans, yeah, they're hardcore.
Dude, the most hardcore.
Yeah.
And that might be another reason why it started. And I'll explain.
Yeah.
So the event that sparked this whole craze was a child's game. So the Reverend's daughter, 9-year-old Betty Paris, and the niece, 11-year-old Abigail Williams, were playing a game with the house slave Tituba. The game is, and that's what we were talking about eggs earlier, they'd take a glass of water.
Yeah.
And they drop an egg into it.
Oh, that's funny.
Right?
What? That's weird that
Isn't
I brought
funny?
that up. Yeah.
It was wild that you brought it up. That's what I'm like, what the hell? So, and then they would look into the glass.
Is that where they might have come up with this idea?
Crystal balls or which one?
No, the throwing them in to see if they float.
Yeah.
Because if it floats, then you're bad. The
then
egg's
you are a
bad.
witch, yeah.
That's
Isn't that weird? So
Dude, these people were psycho.
yeah.
That's crazy.
What's GL saying?
He's saying that it could have been methanol in the earth that was making them hallucinate. That's an interesting
A lot
theory.
of cows.
Yeah.
So that's not it's not a bad concept.
So like in the soil, that there was something that caused it.
Yeah. So
Specifically in this town. Interesting theory. I like it.
interesting theory. So yeah, they would look in to see. They'd ask a question and look in to see the answer, and they'd supposed to get some visual.
Okay.
So one of the girls asked, "Who will my husband be? Like, I want to see my future with my husband."
This feels a little witchcrafty.
A little bit, right?
Yeah.
And that's the problem. So they're doing it with the house slave Tituba.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and so
And she taught him the game?
and she's playing with them.
Uh-oh.
And so they're looking into the glass, and the little girl says she sees a coffin
Oh.
instead of her handsome husband to be. She sees a coffin.
This kid's dark.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Or that's what she saw. Maybe this shit's wrong.
Maybe she's awesome.
So, yeah, she said she saw a coffin. So soon the girl started having convulsions. And then after this was happening, within days, 9 other girls were also having this affliction with these convulsions and stuff.
No.
Yeah. So they were complaining of their skin prickling.
Okay.
Yeah, they were having fits and contorting their bodies in like these crazy ways, right? Doing all this, creepy stuff. So under pressure from the Reverend, the girls, the niece and the daughter, named 3 witches. Then they said, "Hey, these are the witches that possessed us."
Okay.
What? So they just named 3 women: Tituba, the lady who was the house slave.
Of course.
A woman named Sarah Good, who was a beggar.
Oh.
Yep. And just a poor woman, a beggar.
They were just like, who could we think of?
Literally, that like it won't piss anybody off.
Yeah.
Because the 3 women they named were all outsiders.
Oh, that's so messed up. Yeah.
And the last was Sarah Osborne, who was a widow, and she was assumed to be having an affair with a house slave.
Okay.
So of course you name her. I mean, right? No, of course she's a witch. Everyone would believe it. So these women were outsiders, easy targets. Yeah, sucks. So what are the reasons these girls had the convulsions in the first place?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And so there's a few possibilities. An actual psychological disease where literally they think they're seeing things, right?
Yeah.
They were actually
All of them.
They were actually possessed.
Yeah.
They were being deceptive as a form of like like social release because, like you said, Puritans are so tight, have a tight grasp on their families and children, that this is a way to sort of rebel and get attention.
Oh,
yeah. So
what a way to get attention.
Yeah. Some another possibility. Some believe this had political purposes. And there's proof. Scholars have proven that the accusers literally had the opposite political beliefs of the accused.
Oh no.
Yeah. So it sucks, man.
So they were using this as a way to like attack people they didn't
political
like,
enemies potentially.
Political
Yeah.
enemies.
Yeah.
Or if given life's right, these could be symptoms of something.
Oh yeah, we're still going. So, yeah. So hearing all this, 19 villages that were close to Salem also were like, oh my God, witches, that's a thing now. Yeah.
What if they got here somehow? What if it spread this far?
Yeah, I feel like Judy's always sort of been one. Yeah,
Boston.
So yeah, Massachusetts. So it could have just been mass hysteria.
Mass hysteria, Massachusetts.
Got it. Boston mass hysteria.
Yeah, I like it.
Or some of the reasons I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Like political
I don't think it was
or
all these girls
Puritanism
had
gone wild.
a random affliction. Just
So
all
one
of a sudden.
other possibility
Yeah.
is rooted in science.
Okay. I like this one.
Yeah. So what if the reason was bread?
Okay.
Need I say more? Yeah, I need to say a lot more. So rye bread specifically.
Okay.
So check this out, dude. In the 1970s, a psychologist named Linda Corporeal theorized that a fungus called Claviceps purpurea might have been the cause. Sort of like what Given Life was saying.
Okay.
So the fungus is commonly found in rye grains.
Uh-oh.
And when ingested, can cause a condition called ergotism. There's gangrenous ergotism, where literally your limbs fall off.
Yeah.
And then there's convulsive ergotism, where sort of it matches the Salem
symptoms. Or the convulsions?
There's,
oh my gosh.
There's not just that pinching and prickling of the skin.
What?
Choking.
It's like exact.
Yeah, your bowel movements.
So to them, it looked like a possession or something was taking them over.
Or to others, their bellies are hurting and they're like, you're, causing this, you witch, whatever.
Given Life says fungus that grew on the wheat.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So, compulsive egotism may have been the reason for all of this hysteria in Salem.
Dude.
Because could you imagine seeing things and having these convulsions?
Yeah, you would think the town was haunted by something supernatural.
So this, it's not, I keep saying it wrong. Ergotism.
Yeah.
It autocorrects.
Yeah, ergot can cause hallucinations.
So, dude, ergot is actually what they use to synthesize LSD.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they would. Okay. Yeah. This makes actually some sense here.
So, and here it makes more sense. So most of the accusers came from Western Salem.
Yeah.
And that's where the majority of that rye was, and that fungus grew.
This is starting to make too much sense.
I know. So the fungi was super prominent in the West, where most of the accusers are from.
Yeah.
Corporeal, the doctor in the 1970s who came up with this theory, also believed that the Reverend was paid in grain from that area.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Which would lead his daughter and his niece to be poisoned by it. Yeah. So in the next year, there was a drought which kept ergot from happening again.
So there you go.
Curious, right?
Yeah.
So there are so many people, or there are some people that say the people of Salem were too healthy to have a vitamin the vitamin deficiencies that would help ergot flourish.
Yeah.
So they also some people say some of the key symptoms of ergotism were left out.
Yep.
In the Salem Witch Trials. So some say it's not possible. So maybe it was just the catalyst, the start, and then the mass hysteria kicked in.
That
which is,
could be.
I think,
could be a combination.
I think the best theory, yeah.
Yeah. And then once people start getting named, they have to name people, and it just kind of spirals out of control.
It's always the drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Geographically, it makes sense.
Dude.
Right time of year, the guy getting paid in rye, the symptoms are exactly on point.
Yep. And the timing of that year was very stormy and a lot of rainfall, which
there you
fungus,
go, man.
baby.
Dang.
And the next year, the drought, nothing happens.
Yeah.
Everybody's good.
Oh.
So why did the Salem Witch Trials end? Why did the Salem Witch Trials?
Yeah, how did this craziness stop?
So this craziness finally stopped because they accused one too many people. Specifically, they accused the wife of the governor of Massachusetts.
That's funny.
And as soon as they started seeing that possibly they could be affected, these
of course, yeah.
political parties,
yeah.
they're like, wait, this can screw us up.
Yeah, they're going to come for us.
The governor said, no more. We're putting a ban on hanging these witches, of course. So, yeah, they just accused the wrong person, basically.
Well, hold on. We know she's not a witch.
Yeah, exactly.
So
exactly.
now everybody calm down.
Notice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the power structure was being
Oh,
threatened.
yeah. Well, there you go. That's rough, dude.
Isn't that crazy? So,
that's so fun.
yeah. So, yeah, now that it's the governor's wife, like, it's a problem, which is so funny.
And all these poor people up until that point going through the worst
torture
ever.
What's McKenna saying right here?
She says, I think what we give meaning to can become. As people using herbs for spells and then seeing the results based on the fungus. Science and spirituality often go hand in hand. Yes, I agree with that 100%. Yeah. Science proves spirituality as far as I'm concerned in so many ways. Yeah.
So I want to show a few videos and then I want to talk about modern day witches.
Yeah.
And then, we can get into your cool stuff. Or I could talk about modern day witches afterward. But let's watch a few scary vids. And may I see the phone, Mike?
Yeah, he says, Given Life says that weed actually grew like weed out there. And is it possible that they would confuse the two and maybe somehow have some psychedelic effect? Yeah.
Possibly, yeah.
That's funny.
Wow.
Oh, do you need to connect it?
Yeah, I'll wait till the last sec. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so cool. Let's watch some scary stuff. Coming up soon, we're going to dive into black magic. The dark arts.
The keepers. So, I got to shout out my boy Nuke's Top 5 here because he put together, again.
He put together like a witch video?
Dude, of
course.
Cool,
he's good.
He's the best.
Yeah, check out his channel, guys, if you don't know that channel.
Please.
Face has completely changed. Doesn't even look like a person.
So,
hello.
Yeah, bro. There's some good stuff.
Oh, I want to see this. Yeah. Sounds awful.
What'd Cat Lover say?
Based off the picture, I thought that the episode was about the craft, but it's about witches. Yeah, which is kind of the craft. Yeah, which is perfect. Yeah, good guess.
That's funny. One of our other viewers thought the craft as well.
Good.
Based off that picture.
That's pretty much dead on. Yeah.
Yeah. That is not the best movie ever, though. We are doing a different movie for best movie ever. So
that would have been a good one, though.
We even talked about that.
Yeah.
Remember? Yeah.
Yeah.
But
it was in the running.
It sure was in the running.
The Witch of Del Rey.
The Witch of Del Rey.
Rose Veres was a Hungarian immigrant who ran a boarding house in the Del Rey neighborhood of Detroit, Michigan.
Nice.
Neighbors believed that Rose was a witch and possessed magical powers. Everyone in her boarding house feared her and refused to look her in the eye.
Well,
but the story gets even creepier. Because 12 men, possibly more, passed away under mysterious circumstances while living in Rose's boarding house. Rose was arrested in 1931, and newspapers dubbed her, quote, the Witch of Del Rey. In this next video, a man who claims to be a policeman says he was filming outside the famous boarding house of the Witch of Del Rey.
Dude, check it.
When this happened.
I was on one of my recent calls. There was a...
Also, by the way, I do want to mention, you're going to hear a noise, and the noise is inexplicable. He didn't pick this up here.
Domestic disturbance over in Del Rey. And it turned out to be resolved by the time I got there. But, some people yell.
So this is a police officer talking.
Okay.
And then they...
got called out, and this is... it was already resolved, so he looked at the witch's house next door, and this is what happened.
They stopped yelling. By the time I got there, I noticed there were some peculiar noises coming from a neighboring house. Please bear with me.
That place looks
awful. It looks like a witch's house.
Stills and footage I took.
We're here on Medina Street.
You hear that?
I do. I don't like those noises.
Yeah.
Thing on.
Oh, what the?
House
what is? He didn't hear that while he was filming.
Oh, that's.
A lot about fires, and this looks like isolated incident coming from within the home. Not very old.
Dude, it's like the whole place is crawling
I had no
with
warrant,
like
and I
paranormal
certainly
shit.
did not want to enter. If you see for yourself,
Dude, watch
what
this
I saw.
though.
Hello. Hello.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
In the Force, you learn to trust the gut, to trust yourself. And I was jeopardizing my
And all
safety.
those noises.
And then that face.
The sounds I heard, and now you've heard, I cannot explain them.
So
And
is
his
this the
sixth
ghost
sense
of the
picked up
famous
something
witch?
was wrong. Like he said, he felt like he was in danger.
Well, he said as a cop, you're trained to have
Yeah.
that sixth sense and whatever. And he straight saw this.
You know what I thought was interesting? A remote viewer, if you know about remote viewing.
I did a whole video about it.
Yeah. So there was a famous remote viewer says that the sixth sense is actually our first sense because as you know, human beings for thousands of years trying to live out in the wild, avoiding that bush where a cat might jump out and eat you.
Yep.
Just having that feeling that something's wrong, not to go this way or that way, was actually our first sense. That sixth sense. That's what kept us alive and able to.
I was just looking into this, which is so funny you said
Yeah.
that. So you know that feeling, that intuition they call it,
Exactly.
where the hair stands up,
Yeah,
and
you know
you just have that
something's
feeling
wrong.
before you realize it.
Yeah.
So there's a theory about that your body when it sees something or whatever, your brain, it takes the information in, and before it can like let you know, it already starts doing things,
turning on.
Yeah. So it's funny, some of the things that we do.
Adrenaline starts pumping already to get you ready. Yeah.
So our eyes widen, right? And we do a thing often when we hear, even if we're having a conversation and you're accusing me of something, and it's something I did, a lot of people like freeze in place.
Yes. Yeah.
And this is basic like instinctual stuff. Starring Sharon Stone said, no, this is like basic instinctual stuff because our bodies, it's funny, think, and this is like way back when.
Yeah, it's in our DNA.
Our bodies think if we stay still, then we're less likely to be like seen
by a predator. Yeah.
So it's still today, if you were to call me out, like people freeze. And because they think they're not going to like be seen. It's so funny.
You get
just
that
how
fight or flight
basic.
response. Yeah.
So there's fight, flight, or freeze.
Right.
And that would be the freeze response in the fight or flight. But you still get the adrenaline.
But yeah,
dump,
it comes from when we're trying to escape wild cats and wolves and bears and
so
whatever it is.
Our eyes open wider so we can take in more information. Right?
Yeah.
And we start listening and we freeze, and it's just so funny how it works.
Senses heighten. It's cool. Yeah.
It's weird.
It's in our DNA, man, from being animals.
It's in our dinner.
Yeah.
It's in our dinner.
So that's cool.
So you know what I think else? What else is cool?
What else is so cool?
I think news is cool.
I love the news.
Dude, who doesn't love the news?
Yeah. We got Cat Lover saying, Chase saying the episode is fun. AF. I literally thought about witches when you posted the hint today. Nice. So he picked up on it. And then Cat Lover says, it's hard for me to believe that a camera could catch something in a different dimension, like ghosts aren't in the third dimension. At least I don't think they are. Yeah. Spirit photography. It's interesting. How does that work exactly? Is it light picking up particles from another? Who knows?
Who knows? So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are ready, we have the where to go news.
Yes, the man on the ground.
Man on the ground.
Can I come now?
Hey, there he is, the man on the ground. How are you, sir?
One day I'll get off the ground.
Yeah,
Very excited.
Well, you were in that helicopter, so you were off the ground.
That's true.
So, what do we got?
Hey,
we're talking witches, witchcraft, and
dark
wizardry.
arts,
We're talking Hogwarts.
You know, it's just so interesting to me because you guys you talk about brujas, which, by the way, equal rights. How about brujos?
Of course.
There's a few of them.
I said brujos.
And you're talking about the fight, flight, or freeze, which is interesting because physical reactions to fear, and all of this kind of rolls right into what I want to talk about today, which is what is fear?
Really? How
is
perfect! We were just talking about that.
Synchronicity.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm back on the ground.
What is fear?
Well, a few things. So fear is actually one of the 7 universal emotions experienced by everyone, which is nice to know that as humans we have universal emotions.
Yeah.
And it arises out of the threat of harm, either physical or emotional, or psychological, and interestingly, whether real or imagined.
That's funny.
which is so wild.
It is weird.
It is wild. So fear helps us stay safe, and to cope with potential danger, as you're just talking about.
So real quick,
what is fear?
Sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
No, I just want to say real quick. I think it's so funny because you could be sitting on your living room couch watching a movie, and you feel fine, you feel safe, you feel good, and then you turn on a scary movie, and now every creak, there's something behind you.
I'm actually going to talk about that.
Oh,
That's
wow.
So perfect.
Okay. Well, go on. Yes, sir. Please.
Right on. I like it.
Synchronicity.
Okay. Brujos. That's what I'm talking about. Brujos, baby.
All right. Go, my brujo.
So what is fear? Fear is hardwired in your brain, and neuroscientists identify distinct networks that run from the depths of your limbic system all the way to your prefrontal cortex and back. When these networks are electrically or chemically stimulated, they produce fear. Interesting is that it's even in the absence of fearful stimulus. The capacity to be afraid is a part of normal brain function. And by the way, to not ever be afraid, that's an indication of brain damage.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Yeah. How terrifying. It's funny
It
to
is
say
terrible.
that, but
Yeah,
how
it's
terrifying.
Weird way to describe it.
Yeah. But for someone to not be able to feel fear, you're like, ugh.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's terrifying.
No, it's not. It kind of defies our whole physiology.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
fearful experiences in general are broken into 3 factors: intensity, timing, and coping. So intensity is how severe is the harm that's threatened.
Sure.
Timing is how immediate or impending is it.
Okay.
And coping is if any action can be taken to reduce or eliminate it.
Okay.
Because when we're able to cope with fear, it reduces it, as we all know. Now, there's kind of a fear scale. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it ranges from trepidation on the low end all the way up to terror on the high end.
How many? Do we know how many levels there are?
There are 6 levels. I
Six
didn't have them all here.
cool.
Trepidation. Okay, dope. All right. Trepidation. Okay.
Some common fear triggers, and we're all familiar with these: darkness or loss of visibility of our surroundings.
Makes
Fear
sense.
the unknown. Yeah.
Heights and flying, very common.
Of course. Yep.
Social interaction or rejection, agoraphobia, and such. Snakes, rodents, spiders, and other animals. Which, by the way, it's weird. If you're afraid of snakes, you're not afraid of spiders.
Isn't that
if you're
funny?
Afraid of spiders,
I couldn't mind snakes at all. If I see a spider, the bane of my existence.
Could this be like a geographical thing, like based on your ancestors?
I think it's a leg
I think
thing.
it's a multi-legged thing.
Yeah,
I think
legs.
If you're afraid of multi-legged things, you're afraid of spiders.
Yeah.
And a snake wouldn't bother you, right?
But what
'Cause it
makes
has
you choose
zero
one or
legs.
the other? Like what I'm thinking is, because we know, like, so fear of darkness makes
Legs versus
sense
none.
because if we're out there, camping in the middle of nowhere at night is when the predators are going to get you.
Sure.
So I'm talking like thousands of years of evolution or just being human, right? All of our ancestors, and then obviously the fear of the predators, certain animals. So maybe if your ancestors are from a certain area where snakes were prevalent or spiders are prevalent,
well,
maybe that's
both,
what determines which one you're afraid of.
Both are poisonous, right?
Yeah.
So there is an argument to be made that they're equally fearful, especially back then.
Yeah.
You get bitten by a snake with venom, you're done. You get bitten by a spider with venom, you're done. So I think it is visually. It's the 8 legs versus just
what makes
legs.
I wonder what makes one person.
I gotta say, as a city boy who grew up in the city,
sure.
When I first went camping the first time in my teens, I realized the problem is when it's dark, you can't see, and this is really important.
Yeah.
And then when it goes to the darkness, I've lost the visibility.
Yeah.
Suddenly, I mean, I grew up in the light my whole life. Now I'm a teenager. I go camp and there's no light, so I go, oh my God, who knows what the hell is going on?
Oh, dude, hell yeah, that's scary.
Dude,
imagine hearing a growl like right near your head in
Nope.
the middle of the darkness.
I've never been a fan of camping or any of that.
Dude.
It can be scary. By the way,
what's up?
Fear, although it can be uncomfortable and crippling, eliminating fear is the equivalent of taking down your alarm system because you don't like the loud noise. Right?
Yeah, right. For real, exactly.
You need the alarm.
You need it.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So,
It's not a weakness.
No.
No, it's not. And I thought it'd be interesting. There's fear. There's kind of three influences fear. There's instinct, there's learned, and there's taught fear.
Sure.
Like pain, right?
Yeah.
Fear of pain, there's an implication for survival,
Learned.
obviously, a thing. No, that's actually an instinct.
No, yeah, that makes way more sense.
Learned would be when you're afraid of something like
the stove.
You had an incident where you almost drowned, right? Now every time you get near water, you're scared again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the learned.
That makes
and
more
the
sense.
taught fear is like when you think, oh, there's a group of people over there, they're dangerous. I know they're dangerous. And that's a taught fear.
Yeah, don't go to that neighborhood. It's dangerous.
Exactly. All those people.
Yeah,
that's scary. But you know what's so interesting about humans is that fear is also imagined.
It's also what?
As a matter of fact, it's imagined.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. Yeah, with the movies. Yeah.
And scientists say because our brains are so efficient, we get scared just because of things we imagine. We think something's going to happen, and we're afraid of it. Matter of fact, neuroscientists claim that humans are the most fearful creatures on the planet.
I believe it.
Oh, yeah. Because we can think about what future, past, not just present.
And what other creatures can be sitting there watching a scary movie, and you're like, oh my God, a hand's going to fucking totally touch my shoulder right now. You know, dogs aren't thinking that.
No, I don't think so.
No, of course not. But it's funny you say that because some people terrified of fear, they do everything to avoid it. Other people kind of get pleasure out of fear, and they love horror movies.
Yeah,
because they like that feeling of being afraid.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, I get it. No, I like that. I love watching scary stuff.
Like people that do crazy stuff.
I hate that. I hate stuff. Well, that's like adrenaline junkie stuff. In my eyes, I hate movies that are claimed to be scary that aren't. You know, like when I saw Paranormal Activity, I was happy because I was like, I want a good scare. Like if I go into a haunted house, and it's like weak, I'm like so disappointed. I want to be terrified. Yeah, I want that adrenaline dump. Yeah.
Do you know about toxoplasmosis? You guys heard about this?
Yeah.
So that can lower your fear response. It makes people do things that they normally wouldn't do.
Crazy.
A lot of people that die in like crazy motorcycle accidents test positive for toxoplasmosis. It's like a normal thing. So their fear responses go down, and they become more caution to the wind. Yeah, and that's strange. It comes from like cat feces. Yeah.
Wow.
And then that's part of that. That's actually a brain issue.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you can have it and not know.
That's learned.
And you're going to love this. And you're so familiar with this. I don't know if you ever heard of potentiation. I'm sorry. Potentiation, like potentiality, potentiation.
Potential, yeah.
Yeah, but this is how your fear response is amplified if you're already prepared in a state of fear.
Oh, wow.
Like you were talking about, if you're primed for fear, let's say you're watching a show about spiders.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden a thread from your shirt tickles you on the neck.
Yeah.
You jump up like you're in terror, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're already in that mode.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Or if you're afraid of flying, you're on a plane and there's a little bit of turbulence.
Exactly. It's funny. Yeah, it's
freak out.
Because you'll be in the same situation. You'll be sitting down watching a TV show, and if it's just a regular comedy, you're good. But as soon as you're watching that horror film, everything terrifies you, and you're just waiting for you're like, oh my God, like something's gonna touch me, something's gonna happen. You know? But that does happen to me with bugs. No, I was just gonna say,
Cam, you were just talking about this before, but about like the face of fear. So there are physical reactions to fear. First of all, the fear face, it looks like surprise, right? Yeah. Your eyebrows raise and pull together. Your upper eyelids show whites of your eyes, right? They get big. Your lower eyelids get tense, and your jaw drops and you lift. And a lot of people scream as well. That's right.
Yeah. So it's funny because I've been watching a lot of interrogation stuff lately, and that's one of the things is if people want to be perceived as like likable by the police or something, they'll raise the pitch of their voice. No, so me and him were just hanging out. Yeah, exactly. Crazy.
That's funny.
I know.
It's like, what's his name? Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. Guys, yeah. What are these, Transformers? I didn't know these fucking things could transform.
This is amazing.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah. What is it?
What's happening?
You're not a cop. You're just trying to dress like one.
I don't know.
Well, you don't know any Shakespeare?
We're gonna make it. It's gonna
anyway.
be fine. Yeah. That's what he does.
And Cam, and right to what you were saying before, it's so funny. You were saying it's that fight or flight, but there's also the freeze.
Yeah.
Fear, isn't it odd? It either makes you freeze or it makes you run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
You gotta identify the threat. What is it
identify and you think maybe, it's a bear. I'm going to sit motionless. Or wait a second, was that supposed to run? I don't know.
Right? Yeah. Right. So odd. Yeah. The freeze. Yeah. It's just
comes from predators for sure.
And it's
deep
just
in our DNA. Yeah.
Maybe like an emotional overload or sensory overload.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit, like you see a bear or something, your body goes in that sensory overload and you freeze. I remember, quick story, I'll make it super quick. Somebody started shooting at us, and this girl, all of us started running behind the cars. This one girl, she froze. She was the only one.
I've
she
seen
froze.
people do that. Yeah, it's
and
weird.
I saved her life, by the way.
Good job.
I literally ran out, grabbed her, and threw her into her car. But I've never seen anything like it. She was frozen stiff.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But this is one of the reactions. You have to choose that. You have to do it in a second, and sometimes you make the wrong choice.
Yeah. Yeah, you have a second, exactly, right? Yeah, with like a bear or something. Yeah, crazy.
All right, this is the end of my fear segment, but I thought I would need to finish with a few.
We need them.
Some scary jokes. Scared jokes.
I don't know if they're scary jokes, but it's a few jokes. Okay, so first of all, I used to have a terrible fear of speed bumps, but I slowly got over
them. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Come on.
News is the best.
Have
Cat
you guys
lover
heard about have you heard about an irrational fear of empty spaces?
Hold on. Have you heard of the irrational fear of empty spaces?
Have you heard about the man with the irrational fear of empty spaces? Have you heard about the man?
Okay, yeah. No, I haven't. What?
Absolutely nothing scares him.
Oh, that's great.
That's pretty good.
Damn, I was on the way wrong track. Okay, that's funny.
And I don't know why I'm thinking about you, Cam. Jared, this does not apply to you, but a friend told me his biggest fear is that his last words will be, "Hold my beer and watch this."
That's pretty great. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's great. That would be.
Okay. And finally, one day I was talking to my dad and I said to him, "Why did you become an airline pilot?" And he said, "Son, that was to conquer my greatest fear." "The fear of flying," I said. He said, "No, the fear of dying alone."
Oh my gosh.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
Oh,
that's terrible.
Those are all good ones tonight.
All right, that's it for the man on the ground. Great show, guys. Always love being here.
Sir, thank you so much. Always appreciate it. You have a lovely rest of your night, and we'll speak to you next Tuesday, sir.
News is the best.
Speak to you next Tuesday. Take care, bye.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
News is the best.
Yeah, a lot of good, interesting info on that.
Yeah,
That's a good
fear.
one.
What a great topic, and how crazy that we were
set it
literally
up.
just setting it up. Yeah,
that is cool.
I know. Cat lover, you're absolutely correct. You couldn't be more correct if you tried.
What the Mark Wahlberg? That's funny, McKenna.
What'd she say?
What the Mark Wahlberg?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Because, she was there. You weren't there for that crash talk.
I was on, though. I heard it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You called in. That's right. We need to get
I was
McKenna to
listening,
call in.
though,
McKenna, sign up for that
Discord?
Discord. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm like, why can't I remember the name of that goddamn thing? So, I want to watch a little bit more of this video. And Jay, I want to get into your stuff.
Let's do it. Let's get scared.
How are we doing on time? How far are we in?
We got about 20, 30 minutes. Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. Dope. Oh, that's not what anybody wants to see. Let's do this.
Or is it all just a hoax?
Is it all just
an isolated lake cabin located deep in the woods. He decided to stay there for the winter while trying to sell the house. But Greg says that someone soon began to leave strange things outside his home.
Nope.
Including this odd wooden
Leaving
sign
immediately.
that was left hanging on his doorknob.
No freaking way.
He says that soon after, he began to find more of the strange trinkets around his property. And late one night, while Greg was wandering around outside,
It's like a hot Bigfoot.
he saw this.
Stupid. Look at this shit.
Oh, no. That can't be real.
No,
the
this
most
is fake.
horrific
And late
thing I've
one
ever
night,
seen.
while Greg was wandering around outside, he saw this.
I thought that was still...
No.
Oh my god.
Give me a break. That's fake.
Well, even faking this is horrific. Look at this.
Where its eyes?
It's just a bald...
Oh! Where its eyes?
It just looks at it all fat. That's terrifying.
Where were its eyes?
It's a weird way
and seemingly with only pale skin where her eyes should be.
Look at this
standing
shit.
in the darkness outside his home.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's a
Greg
horrific
says that he could
thing.
only describe the woman as a witch, but he doesn't know who she was or why she was there.
The her looking at.
Of course, most people believe Greg's story to be yet another Twitter ARG or internet horror fiction. But many of his 100,000 Twitter followers believe his story to be something more. And of course, Greg claims that his story is 100% real.
Legit. Wow.
So
What
is
a
this
claim.
Twitter tale fact or fiction?
That's
Is this the true story of a lonely mountain cabin and what could be?
Ugh.
Dude, that terrified me. Could you imagine
It's truly
actually
terrifying.
dealing? You're alone in the woods, and that's outside.
Oh, this one is sort of weak sauce. The end. It's so long, but the end's the only good part.
Jessica, welcome to the chat.
There she is, Jessica Bridge, JB. So this home in Mexico, she wakes up her kids and says, hey, there's it's happening again because all this banging on her door, and apparently she has like this bruja that like attacks their house.
What? It's happening again.
Yeah.
Why? What did they do to anger this?
You see that?
No.
He shows it again, but this black thing right here.
Oh, that's not supposed to be there?
No. And look, it lifts up and moves. And then the light shut off.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Yeah, but like I said, not the scariest thing to me.
It goes dark. You can't really see what happens.
Security camera outside his home after neighbors told him that some suspicious teens were skulking around his house while he was at work.
This
Sure
one's
enough,
weird.
he caught video of
Jess.
someone who seemed to be casing his home, repeatedly walking up to his house to check things out. Mike posted the video online and notified his neighbors to be on the lookout. Luckily,
nice.
everything worked out, and there was never a break-in or any property vandalism.
Good.
Now, cut to 2 years later. Mike
Dude,
still has
check
his
this
motion-activated
out. It's-
security camera installed, monitoring the street outside his home. Well, on this particular day, the camera catches something very bizarre.
It glitches.
The camera begins
That is
recording as
weird.
Mike's wife pulls into their garage, but the footage is digitally distorted. It's so pixelated that it almost looks like the camera is damaged or receiving some serious interference.
Yeah.
But notice the strange figure walking down the sidewalk, and then the video clears for one brief frame to reveal this.
What the
For just an instant, we see clear footage of something that appears to be right out of a
Dude.
horror movie.
Dude, it looks
What is that?
It looks like the
It looks like some misshapen thing with a long nose
like
and a
one of
tiny
those
head,
the
plague
doctors.
masks.
Yeah, plague
Yeah.
doctors. Yeah, exactly.
dressed in very bizarre clothing.
The clothing is bizarre.
Now, as
It
I
doesn't-
mentioned, there is
it's not
heavy
shaped like a
distortion in the clip,
person.
but it's
Yeah, it's like old colonial. Like it's
Yeah.
and the camera glitches and you get one frame of
seems to be
that.
much more distorted than the surroundings.
Ugh.
Mike says that his surveillance camera has never malfunctioned before this clip.
Bipedal anteater.
It has never malfunctioned since. This is the only time this ever happened.
F that.
What?
Yeah, that's
What
what
do you
is
think?
that?
Yeah, no.
Is
no
this
thanks.
simply digital distortion rearranging the features of an average person? Could it be someone wearing a mask? And either way, why does this odd glitch only occur
That
right
one
as this
time.
person enters the frame?
Ooh, that's
Is
chilling.
it a witch, a creature? The PS paranormal
Holy
videos.
crap.
Yeah. So we got some more, but
Oh wow.
I want to hear. I want to hear what you got, man.
Yeah.
We hop over there.
So yeah, we touched on it a little bit. How magic has touched like every corner of the earth, all
Yeah.
ancient civilizations. As far as I could tell, magic really does date back to the beginning of of recorded history.
Yeah.
Like there's always been, they're the mystics and the mystical priests of
the healers
all around the world. Exactly.
The necromancers. Yeah, man.
In looking into magic, what I thought was interesting was the debate whether.
Well, you just watched the Harry Potter movies, you said, for research.
Yeah, there you go. Which is funny though. I did actually watch some Harry Potter recently.
Did you?
Yeah. But what I thought was interesting in this world of magic and the study of it, there's this debate on whether black magic is black magic if it's used for good. Like, is it purely the intent of the user, or is there magic that's inherently just bad?
It is what it is. Yeah.
Right. And I'll give you an example, and then we can discuss what you think. So, 1st century BC, the king of Israel, King Solomon. I thought this was a very interesting story, and this story is canonical to the Quran, to apocryphal texts in both Judaism and Christianity. So this is a story that they all agree actually happened.
Yeah.
So King Solomon was called to help a boy who had an affliction, and when he got there, he realized that the boy was being afflicted by a demon. So he prayed, and this is King Solomon, right? Solomon's temple on Temple Mount, the Ark of the Covenant, the holiest of holies. This is King Solomon. So he prays and prays, and Archangel Michael comes to him and gives him a ring with the seal of God on it. And then this ring is later
What's God's seal?
To be known as the Seal of Solomon. And I have a picture of it.
Okay.
Let's pull it up. This is what the ring may have looked like. Obviously, we don't have it in our possession, and so we don't know exactly what it looks like.
Jared, surprise, surprise, I actually have it right here. Really?
Yeah. A lot of people take pentacles or pentagrams as being like some evil symbol, but it's not. It was that hasn't been the history of that symbol. It means a lot of things to a lot of different cultures. And so in ancient Judaism, this was known as Solomon's seal or the seal of God. So when he got this ring, Archangel Michael tells him that you'll have the power to control demons with this ring. So he's able to pull the demon out of the young boy. And because he has control of it, he starts questioning it and figures out that there's a certain angel that has dominion over this specific demon. And it's angel Uriel, right? So he calls to Uriel and asks, can I have dominion over this? Like I said, so this angel has dominion over this specific demon. So he asks, can I have your power, your dominion over this demon so that I can control it?
How does that work?
And he gives it to him, grants it to him. The angels, he obviously was able to speak to angels. And this is one of the greatest religious figures of all time, King Solomon.
I can speak to angels too, as a matter of fact. Seriously.
Good.
Hi, McKenna. Hi, Cat Lover. Hi, CTB. Hi, Jessica Brittany.
So he uses the power with this ring to start summoning all sorts of demons, and then with this ring finds out who the angel is that can control them, and gets that angel to give him that power. And so he decides to use this power to control the demons and have them do tasks for him.
What?
Yeah. So summoning demons sounds like dark magic, but he used the demons to build temples to God. So in that case, is that black magic or is that white magic? You're summoning demons.
Yeah.
But you're using them to build temples.
That's black magic.
Right? It sounds like it. And historically, anybody who summons demons, and it doesn't really end well. It usually ends poorly for the summoner, right? And in this case,
summoning demons,
it ended poorly for Solomon as well. Of course.
What happened?
He ended up making deals with some of these demons for the affection of a woman, as one does. And that ended up causing him to have to worship Moloch and join start worshiping like death demons and stuff like that.
So let's be honest here.
Yeah.
It wasn't the him summoning demons that really got to
right
him.
Exactly.
It was
how is that
trying to get the affection of a woman.
That's what brought him down. But just the idea of making deals with demons is probably the issue. But for a while he was able to control these demons, have them build gold, have them mine gold, build prison cells to hold other demons, and then build temples. And inside these apocryphal texts and in the Quran says that he built like entire cities with these demons' help. They would build. So what was actually going on back then? If this is true, that's amazing. But he was able to keep them under control until he He lost control.
Yeah.
And this is kind of a running thing with people that use dark magic, and they try to use it in a good way.
What's his name?
Yeah, King Solomon. Yeah.
He was a king.
He's the king of Israel. Shit. Yeah.
My king, sir, my king.
Yes, I'm glad you're here. I actually was going to talk to you later. How are you?
Oh, that's perfect timing then, sir.
Yes, it is.
I am couldn't be more fantastic.
I'm fantastic. I'm feeling so good, actually. I just got this new ring. Did I tell you about it? I really want to tell you about it.
Oh, it has a beautiful star on it.
Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I know. I can control demons. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can control demons now. And I got them doing all kinds of stuff. I got them doing like laundry. They go run errands for me. One of them's like actually making gold.
No.
It's great. Like
I'm so sorry, my king.
Yeah.
You said you're controlling
demons. Demons. Hell demons. Like actual,
spawns of Satan.
Yeah. Right.
You're summoning spawns of Satan.
Yeah, but I'm enslaving them, and I don't feel bad because they're demons. I have them doing all kinds of crazy stuff. They're even building temples to God. They're doing things that they wouldn't want to do, but they have to do it. No, this ring makes them do it, and it's great.
They ask for nothing in return. They're just your slaves.
Yeah, they're my slaves. Maybe not nothing in return. It depends on what you want, right? But as long as I have them just doing like normal tasks, it's pretty easy. But some things you got to make a deal or two. It's fine.
What do you mean make a deal or two? This sounds like
No, it's good. Nothing can go wrong here.
Hold on. No, I feel like a lot.
No. Come on. I know what I'm doing. I know that people summoning demons in the past doesn't go, but
What happened in the past?
Right. Well, usually you end up making a deal and it like traps your soul for eternity, something like that.
Okay, and you're not afraid, so you're avoiding.
Well, no,
that.
I'm doing it right. Like I don't make like
what
just
are you doing
random
different?
Deals. Like I'm smarter than these demons. So like, if I have to give up something here or worship a demon or god Moloch or whatever.
Okay, let's hold on for a second.
Okay.
When you say give up something,
right? Like sacrifice something important to me or.
Okay, this doesn't seem like a slippery slope to you at all.
No, it's fine. I'm in control. As long as I got this ring, I'm in control.
But I feel like you're doing things for them, so you're not completely in control. And who's Moloch? What do you got to do with Moloch?
Yeah, that's why I wanted to talk to you.
What's his name?
I'm doing like this ritual for Moloch later. He's like a death demon.
He's what?
Yeah, but it's fine.
And you're doing what?
Hold on. There was this girl, and I just really wanted her to notice me. I'm a king and all, I get it, but everybody needs somebody. So I made a deal, and now she notices me. It's
okay.
Cool. It's
cool,
nice.
Great. Sir, let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You got a ring.
Mm-hmm. From Archangel Michael, did I tell you? I don't talk to him much anymore, though. But
Archangel Michael?
He came to me and brought me the ring. Yeah. We were really close, but now that I'm like hanging out with Moloch, like I don't really talk to Michael that much anymore. It's kind of like
You're talking to the...
Moloch.
Moloch.
Yeah, you're going to come later. That's why I wanted to talk to you.
Hold on.
Doing a ritual.
I just want to get the... Okay. Yeah. I just want to get this all straight because I don't want to mess up the facts.
That's fine.
My king.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So you found a ring.
Yep.
That was given to you by Archangel Michael.
Yeah. Obviously.
Okay, and you're using it to summon demons.
Yes. Control them.
Okay.
They do stuff for me.
I get that.
Around the house.
You're making deals with them.
Now, at first, I was just kind of making them
Doesn't matter, buddy.
Yeah,
you're making deals with demons now.
Yeah, but I'll be fine.
And then, please, let me finish.
Okay.
Now you're worshiping a demon god.
You know what? I knew you wouldn't understand because you're not a king, but...
I'm not a king.
It's all going to be fine, okay? Now, I need you to come to this ritual. It's super important.
Yeah, I'll supervise it. Or what'd you say?
No, you're going to be part of it. So
yeah,
you'll see when you get there. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to love you.
Who?
Yeah, the demons. Follow along, buddy.
I don't want to.
We're fine. Trust me. You'll be fine. Everything's going to work out.
Please not?
No, this is how it ends for him. He ends up having to worship an evil owl god.
This is really the story.
This is the true story. This is the... if you take it as what it is,
he actually ends up worshiping Moloch.
Yeah, that's how it ends for him. And this isn't. So this is the only religious figure though that did this.
We're fucking done.
Yeah, there was. I know. So during like the 1200s, there was a magical renaissance. This is King Solomon. I never knew this story until I looked into this topic.
So that was his undoing.
Yeah, his undoing was
supposedly
in this manner. Yeah, was that he thought he could control demons and use it. All that power for good until he ended up wanting the affection of a woman.
Did he make deals with demons and shit, or
just that deal? That was the deal. It was for this woman.
It was for that woman's affection.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And they really were building churches.
Yeah.
And shit.
So the story goes, they built like entire churches and all kinds of structures for, Israel.
So just to get it straight,
mined gold.
You wanted me for a sacrifice at the end of that?
Right, yeah, that was kind of where it was going.
Damn, that
You're going to be
nice.
sacrificed.
Yeah. So I hear all this story, I'm figuring it out, and then you're like, all right, well, by the way, now I'm doing human sacrifices because
you're
a
part
demon
of it.
told
Exactly,
me.
Yeah, it
I'm
just gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
I would imagine summoning demons never goes well. Someone who would argue with me is Pope Honorius III. He's an actual pope who practiced this same art. During the 1200s, there was a magical renaissance, and he was pope at the time, and he knew the story of King Solomon and the power of controlling demons to do his bidding, and he practiced this same art. He's regarded as one of the greatest popes in history.
Really?
Yeah, Honorius III. So, and this is known that he would summon demons in the church. He was a pope. Jeez. Yeah, to do all kinds of different little tasks for him, using it in a practical way. There's no stories, though, that show that it ever went bad for him. So, again, I pose the question. If you use it for good and you can keep it that way, is it still dark magic because it's demons?
Yeah.
Right? I would think so.
Yeah.
I think that's probably
the case.
Demons?
Yeah.
Demons probably aren't
doing good shit.
It's not going to work
one.
out. There's got to, even though we don't know if it went bad for Pope Honorius, it went bad for King Solomon.
Pope Honorius.
It goes bad for pretty much anyone who summons a demon. So I would stay away from that if you can.
Pope Honorius BIG.
There's they would use the Honorius would use an ancient grimoire which told him how to summon the demons. Yeah. So he would use an ancient grimoire to summon demons, and I have a clip that shows kind of an example of what this grimoire might have looked like.
Mio.
Yeah. So this is
good God.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, stay away from grimoires.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, because it doesn't usually go well.
Yeah.
Not that one.
No
okay.
Fool.
We got timestamp 8 seconds. Or no. 8 seconds. So again, what's a grimoire? It's a book of magic, a book of spells, a magical book. Usually the grimoire itself has magic. It doesn't just tell you how to do it. It itself is magic.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Darling, come to mommy.
There you go. That's what it probably looked like. That's how he might have called it.
Yeah. That'd be the best. That's how he calls it.
Honorius, where's your book? Let me go look for it.
Yeah.
So I thought that was funny. What a good
the
good
best
moment,
move ever.
So the ancient Greeks, they practiced the occult. You mentioned some of this earlier in your segment, like Circe the witch. But the ancient Greeks.
She's a witch. I thought she was the character in Game of Thrones.
She is,
and
in
the character
Eternals.
In the Eternals.
Yeah. So the ancient Greeks, Pythagoras was a known occultist who may have learned occult practices from Egypt. That's where they got a lot of their magic and their
Speaking of
spells
Egypt,
was from ancient Egypt.
They worship cats.
Yeah.
And Cat Lover's cat is watching the show right now.
No way.
Yeah. She said,
it's
my
about
cat
witches.
is even watching the podcast, LOL. He's like sitting here watching the screen.
Yeah, Gravity Falls. I did watch that when my daughter was growing up, like during like Disney Junior. It's like a young kids show, I think.
Yeah. Well, no, it's for adults too. I've been watching
on Disney,
the whole
like,
time,
Junior.
just doing a client. That was okay. It's great. Oh, thank you, Jessica Breed.
Yeah. But
right.
But during this Hellenistic period in ancient Greek history, what they would do, a lot of these philosophers, like Pythagoras, would go and do these pilgrimages to ancient Egypt, and they would speak to the ancient priests, and they would learn and get these, these what do they call back then? The scrolls. Papyrus, I can't remember the name for it. But they would get, ancient scrolls basically of magic. And a lot of it was like healing magic, things like that.
Is there like a movie that says the name or something?
No, I don't think so. It's just another way of saying
scrolls.
like a papyrus scroll.
I couldn't help you. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. But like I said earlier, most of the like the magic you would see in like a horror movie or like that witches do, like the real dark stuff. Most of that was
the real sick
the
shit.
forbidden magic, like death curses. Like that stuff was all forbidden, right? The really dark stuff. All of that's been lost to time. And during the Inquisitions, like you were talking about earlier, could have been when a lot of these grimoires were captured, because most of them are completely wiped off the face of the earth.
Grimoires?
Yeah, they're completely gone. And they might be in the Vatican archives, which is interesting, right? They might have tons of these grimoires. Yeah, they might have tons of them. But going through history, there's been several kind of revivals of these dark arts. Ancient Greece was one of them. Ancient France had the La Petite Albert. It was a grimoire that was so popular amongst the people in France that they would pat you down at the service at church to make sure you didn't have one on you.
What?
Because people wanted to bring them in to get them blessed.
Yeah.
Like on the side. They were trying to sneak them
Monsieur
in.
La Petite?
La Petite Albert.
Do you know what Monsieur La Petite is?
No.
You don't know what that's from?
No.
Oh, Monsieur La Petite. Considering, and he says this in different language, considering this is a cow farm, I assume you would have milk? Yes. May I have a glass of your milk, please? Okay, I'll do the accent.
Not
Ready?
ringing a bell. Oh, yeah. The beginning of that
You are hiding animated.
Scorsese
You're
movie.
hiding, not
Yeah.
Scorsese. You're hiding
No,
enemies
you know
of
what
the
I
state,
mean.
are you
The
not?
same guy. The foot guy.
The same guy, yeah. The
Quentin
foot guy.
Tarantino.
Yeah. Are you hiding? You're hiding enemies of the state, are you not?
The foot guy. That's how
They're
I...
under the floorboards, are they not? Yes.
So
Christoph
that's
Waltz. Inglorious Bastards.
Yeah, that's what it is. I couldn't think of the name. So that's
good.
ancient.
Monsieur
So
Lapade.
this is like medieval France. Is the La Petite Albert, and there's copies of it online. You can still, because like I said, it was like everywhere. It was practical magic.
Oh,
like,
by the way,
like cutting yourself and writing things in blood. It was like that's where a lot of that came
book
from.
I was talking about, the Maleficarum one.
Yeah.
It was the most popular book, second to only the Bible.
That sucks. So they were just hunting witches everywhere. It was that
the
rampant.
most popular book, second only to the Holy Bible itself.
That's pretty great.
Yeah.
So that covers the Middle Ages. I did find an actual battle, a magical fight between wizards, if you will. Have you ever heard of the Battle of Blythe Road?
Yes.
The Battle of Blythe Road? Yeah. So this is where there was this hermetic order of the Golden Dawn.
Only on the shared notes.
Yeah. The Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. They would practice magic, and there was this specific hierarchy. And the guys at the top were supposedly like master wizards. Well, there's this guy who joins up. His name is Aleister Crowley. And people in the audience, if you know who this is, he's a very famous occultist. He started his own sect of occultism, and that's what he looks like there. Aleister Crowley, also known as He Who Shall Not Be Named, basically.
Yeah, right.
AKA my parents named me to be a Bond villain.
Yeah.
Right? Like what? But that's like a very famous picture of him, yeah. And that's his hat that he would wear when he would, because he had like a huge following. It's still around today. Thelema is what it was called. But go down. So the battle was between him and his followers because he thought he should be higher in the Golden Dawn than Yeats did. Famous poet, William Yeats. This is Yeats. He's a very famous poet of his time.
Oh, that's so funny. No, that's not a picture of William Yeats.
No, that's him doing cosplay for Harry Potter.
Oh, I was going to say, no, that's actually talented actor Eddie Redmayne.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
You sure as hell do.
Well, what's
he plays Theory of Everything. The movie's Harry Potter. He plays Newt, the beautiful beast.
The guy the magic beast.
Fantastic Beast and Where to Find Him.
Right? Yeah, he
Newt.
kind of looks like him.
Eddie Redmayne.
But tell me those two don't look like Harry Potter versus Voldemort.
That's what it is.
It's exactly where they got this idea, I'm sure. And J.K. Rowling sounds a lot like Crowley, just jumbled up to me. Just saying, if it's a pseudonym.
Sure, it's not.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah, I know, right? But if it was, that'd be clever. So these are the two guys that battled it out on the streets of London. And they were using magic spells. So up until this point, for days, Crowley was casting spell after spell from his house, attacking him. At one point, he attacked Yeats using his astral form and beat up Yeats' astral body.
What?
And Yeats
Get
cast
the fuck
a
outta
spell
here.
to summon a vampire that attacked Crowley in his sleep and ripped at his flesh. This is like the history behind this. So finally, Crowley and his boys show up to the manor on Blythe Road, and they have like a magic duel. Like basically, I have a clip actually of what it looked like.
Fucking break.
Yeah, I have a clip of the duel.
No shit.
Yeah, even though it happened in the early 1900s.
Yeah, you have a clip.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
1 minute 25.
The early 1900s. So cameras were invented.
Yeah, it's on 1 millimeter.
What?
And like the earliest.
Wouldn't change the size.
That's why it's a joke.
I get it.
So it's 1 minute 25 seconds.
Yeah.
And this will give you a good idea of kind of what this Battle of Blythe Road
you fucking
must
nerd.
have been. Yeah. Super.
I see what you're doing here.
Yeah.
You doof.
Yeah. This must have been scary to witness.
3. Expelliarmus.
So that's the Battle of Blythe Road.
Yeah. It's one jerk off with another jerk off.
That's what I was thinking. This is a magic battle between these wizards, right? Happened in the streets of London. This is either the coolest thing ever or the silliest thing ever.
Wait, say again?
This would either be the coolest battle ever or the silliest battle ever. If you believe that they could really do magic, imagine wizards dueling it out.
Oh my God.
That's like, it's totally Harry Potter.
That's just so dope.
But if it's just cosplay, with
they're like LARPers.
Dungeons and Dragons,
They LARP, yeah.
It's just LARPing pretty much.
Yeah.
Like I imagine them showing up and like,
they walk to the town square from opposite ends.
100%.
Yeah.
Crowley showed up wearing a big black cross on his chest.
Fucking dweeb.
It was great, right? What is it? Those the Knights of Templar cross. That's what it was.
I cast a spear of protection.
Yeah. Fire Halo. 85 points, man. You got to fall down when you get hit by a fire halo.
No, because I cast my spell of protection.
Oh, that's so annoying.
Yeah.
All right. Tim, draw a pentacle. Hurry.
Attack damage.
Light the
times
candles.
5.
Oh, no. He's doing an attack.
Fire.
I couldn't defend it fast enough. Oh, that one sucks.
Ice wall, just in case.
Cloak of invisibility. You can't hit me for 10 seconds.
Who said that?
It's working. It was working. Draw that pentacle. I said draw the pentacle. Light the candle.
I'm trying.
Crush the spices. You didn't bring all the spices? Of course this was going to happen eventually.
There you are.
I'm back.
Expelliarmus.
No!
I'm good at this.
All right, somebody punch him in the face. We'll get out of here.
Yeah.
So that's probably how it really happened.
At the end, he just pulls out his sword and
What happened is eventually the end of the battle is Crowley bursts into the manor, runs up the stairs, and Yeats kicks him down the stairs, and then they call the cops.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Dude,
so, but
how
the people
funny,
that
though.
witnessed it said it was a magic
You can't
battle.
hit me. I have my spell on. Oh, I couldn't block in time.
Yeah.
Why? It's
I know.
imagination. That's great.
Yeah, exactly. It's like kids
You
playing.
said I couldn't block in time.
Yeah. So, could have been cool. People that were apparently witnesses of it say that it was this awesome battle. Chase, stop, I'm dead. Yeah.
That's probably.
But I'm sure they were part of it. And that's why.
No, because guess what?
Yeah.
At the bar afterward.
Of course. Like, oh my God, Yeats, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard what happened. You guys dueled it out with Crowley.
Yeah.
What happened?
So I had my protection spell.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Wow.
But the bastard had this cloak of invisibility.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I can't believe that even exists.
It's,
man.
So I had Mark drawing a pentagram.
No way.
And he was so slow.
Oh my gosh, Mark is the worst.
He's the worst.
I don't know how he made it up so high.
I know.
So, like, did anybody get like hit with any cool spells?
No offense, Mark.
Yeah.
He's right there. I mean, did anyone get hit with cool spells?
Yeah.
Do you think a fire spell to the chest is cool?
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't wait to learn this stuff. I really got to work my way up, man.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
What do you think about?
I'm going to tell everybody.
What do you think about levitation, bruh?
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I knew you guys were powerful. I didn't know you could do that.
200 feet in the air.
No.
And then I dropped down and I did a giant fist.
What?
It wasn't my physical fist.
Yeah.
It was
like an astral fist. Yeah.
Do you study this shit?
Well, we have to learn about this kind of stuff
And
when we
I
first get
talked
into
to you
inducted.
about about this to you all the time.
Yeah.
But
you did an actual fist. That's pretty cool.
No, and then so yeah, I basically just used the dopest magic ever and whooped his ass.
That's kind of what I heard. That like at the end of this, Crowley got injured and he had to go.
Injured from the spell.
Yeah,
from the spells.
Oh, that's how I'll tell it.
That's what all. Yeah,
That's how we'll all tell it.
That's how it is.
As it was.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
So everyone,
history's written by the victor.
Yeah.
Which I was thinking about. So what if Harry Potter wasn't the victor? What if Voldemort won? It would be a very different movie, right?
Hold on.
Think about this.
One of the greatest sentences ever was just said.
Yeah, go ahead.
You said, how did you start it?
History is written by the victor.
And then you said...
Yeah. What if Harry Potter wasn't the victor? Well, yeah. What if Lord Voldemort was? Because let's look at this. So... For some reason, this entire magical order starts worshiping this creepy kid with a big scar across his face, right? Yeah. And he can speak to snakes, and like he's super creepy, and like they all like bow to him.
What's that
and
called?
Think he's this great thing, and
slither tongue or something.
Parcel tongue.
Yeah, I don't know how the fuck.
Yeah. So whatever.
Have you seen all the
movies?
movies?
My Harry Potter. Yeah.
I haven't seen. I've missed like the last.
Oh
3.
no, they're so.
I
good.
didn't see any Deathly
You should
Hallows.
binge them straight. That's the best way to do it.
No, I think I'm a binge 'em gay. No, but go on.
But think about it, because Voldemort, he's like, I have to live on the back of this guy's head, and I gotta like drink like unicorn blood just to make it day to day.
But I'd also be
but
like,
they're all worshiping this kid with a big scar and his family. He should be the villain.
No, a little scar, a little bitch scar.
That's how he tells it.
It's not even. Like
I'm saying if it was written by Voldemort, it would be this like big.
Oh,
and he'd be this like.
It would be from here to
yeah,
his,
and he'd be 7 feet
pubic
tall,
bone.
like even as like a third grader or whatever. And
he was
but, like,
born.
Voldemort, he's like, I had to live on the back of this head, and I'm like drinking unicorn blood in the forest just to get by.
Yeah.
And then I finally find a way to like get the word out that I'm still like kind of alive through this diary. And he stabs it with the tooth of a basilisk, and then I'm almost completely dead. And then like he actually
he would tell it dope. He'd be like, so these idiots, I took my essence and I spread it out into all these little things,
right?
All these little trinkets,
as one should.
Yeah. And so pretty the only way to take me out, you gotta fucking search the world for the trinkets. You think I put them in places right next to each other? I didn't, dude. I spread them out. I haven't seen the movies, but I know the general idea. I read the book.
That's the final thing, yeah. But, the basilisk is like the second Chamber of Secrets, it's the second movie. Mm-hmm. But he stabs it with the basilisk tooth, and it like causes holes to rip out of his face and body and everything. I'm just saying, if Harry would have lost, the story would be like this kid was like Scarface, crazy. Everyone worshipped like this kid. He got them all under his like control. And like, no matter what I did, I was just like fending for myself in the forest on the back of this guy's face.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like hiding under a turban. Just
I know.
To, like,
my favorite part
live.
probably is when Harry, when he has the scar. Why are you laughing? I haven't said anything. When he has the scar and he says, "Say hello to my little wand."
No, stop it.
You remember that?
No, it's
Scarface.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Say hello to my little one. It's the stupidest joke I've ever fucking made. What is the chat saying? We're getting hearts. That's good.
Yeah.
Hearts are good.
So yeah, we got Chase Mack saying invisibility shield. You can't hit me for 10 seconds. Yeah. You were playing Magic the Cards. LOL. Yeah, that's basically what they were doing.
Yeah.
Or Dungeons and Dragons, Jess.
That's good.
So the last magical order I wanted to talk about, because I thought they were just so freaking cool sounding, was the Hindu Odeon clan. So
that sounds the least cool.
No, dude. Off
top.
You don't know. Yeah. So the Odeon clan, they were like this lower station group of people that were trained assassins, and they would assassinate people using the dark arts. And they were known to use like this sacred magical oil that was made of things that we can't even talk about on the channel because of the
sexual
people that run the not really worse than that. But they would use this oil.
Young people's stuff.
Right. So they would use this oil made of that, and they would put it behind their ears, and it would give them this power to cast spells. They could like break your back in half, like your spine, snap it in half with magic. But they were hired by the higher caste to kill people regularly. This was like a common practice because the higher class people wouldn't want to get their hands dirty. Yeah. So this clan
literally
was
or figuratively
all raised and groomed as assassins from the beginning, from the time that they're children, and they learned this dark art. And what they would do is turn themselves into animals and hide in like the shadows.
Shit,
right, but they
what
would
are those
give
called
themselves
in like D&D? The movie, the really good Dungeons Dragon movie.
I don't know. That can turn into animals?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Chad, help us out here. Because he's a bard who sings, obviously, and plays an instrument.
But I didn't see the movie.
Oh, you haven't seen... It's on HBO Max. It's on Max.
Oh, cool. I'll watch it.
Dude, it's so good.
I wanted to see it.
It's a lot of fun.
It looks really good.
It's not like a great movie.
No, but it's a
really
like a fun movie I would like. Yeah.
Like, I've never seen the movie The Lost City.
Yeah.
Have you? With Sandra Bullock? I'm sure you have.
Oh, no.
Sandra Bullock and Brad Pitt. That's something I figure you
The Lost City.
It's Channing Tatum, Sandra Bullock, and Brad Pitt.
I got to see this. Yeah, what is this?
Oh, I thought it's something that you would see and love. It's called The Lost City.
You're right. That's why I'm like, I can't believe I don't know about
with
this.
Brad Pitt.
That's cool.
And Channing Tatum.
Dude, yeah, you said that.
And, well, I'm saying it's
right.
something.
It is something I would love.
Something you would like.
I can't
with
believe
people you
I
like.
never heard of it. I've never
And who's
heard
the
this.
chick that I said?
Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, and Sandra Bullock.
Cool. Yeah.
So you should fucking watch it, dude.
Yeah.
But
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say my joke was gonna be that what that movie I assume would be to you is like what D&D was for me.
Yeah.
Like it was a lot of fun. I feel like you would enjoy The Lost City, but I would hate it. Anyway, maybe it's
okay.
cut. But go on.
Yeah, no, I do want to see. I'll watch it. I'll watch it now. No, I get it. So the Odeon tribe, or clan, they would turn themselves into animals, but they would give themselves like a crazy deformity, like a missing leg or an extra eye. And they would do this because it would confuse people, right? All of a sudden you see like a cow in your living room, right?
Yeah.
With 3 eyes. And then you'd be like, wait, what? And then it would turn into a person and kill you.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. And then slip into the shadows and disappear.
That's real quick. You just reminded me of another thing. So I guess I said I was going to get into it, but so what happened was after the 1600s, after the Salem Witch Trials and all this shit, people stopped believing in that everything was caused by the supernatural like before. Like you stub your toe, supernatural, your cow dies, supernatural.
Yeah.
Because science started becoming a little more prevalent.
Right.
So if your cow dies, they're not like, oh, it's the devil and somebody probably did a curse. They're like, oh, they could see scientifically now there's more reasons.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting how many scientists were alchemists and occultists. Like the people that created the science that we use today, the base of all science. Like I named Pythagoras, but another one is Newton. Isaac Newton was an alchemist.
Sir.
Yeah. So Newtonian science and physics is like the base of all of the science that we use today.
Ooh, yeah.
And he was more an alchemist. He did more work in alchemy than he did.
But doesn't alchemy just
gravity.
mean that you work with?
It was like early chemistry, like combining different things and distilling
early
things
chemistry.
down.
That's the best way to put it.
Right. But he was trying to make gold. Was his whole the Philosopher's Stone was like his thing. He was one of those guys that tried to chase the Philosopher's Stone.
You mean the Sorcerer's Stone? We're in America.
Yeah, there you go. But the Philosopher's Stone, was known to be able to create gold from just like everyday items, and that's what he chased that till like he died. They have a ton of like Newtonian texts. That they found in all of his writings is in code and crazy symbols, but it's a lot of alchemy. So it's just funny that a lot of these guys that we base our science on believed in occult or hermetic practices or magic practice or alchemy, and they were into all that stuff.
Yeah.
So they felt a connection between the spiritual world and the world that we live in, right?
World, yeah.
Yeah. So they all felt that.
Realm.
But I thought in India, Odie is like considered the darkest, blackest of magic.
OG.
But again, if you use that power for good,
No, it doesn't
is
matter.
it still black
Yeah,
magic? Right? Because of how you have to do it. It's dark.
Yeah.
To begin with. So
Well, let me pose you this.
Yeah.
If I use white magic, like I'm like, oh, this will make you beautiful, and you use it to become beautiful and kill someone.
right, there is that. What if a healing spell is to heal somebody horrible who does horrible
to
things?
heal Hitler.
So is that
exactly?
Is that white magic now black, even though it's meant to be a healing spell?
It's
just an interesting.
It's a better
debate.
argument the other way around,
Yeah.
right? Because it stems from good, but then people are the ones who are inherently
It's
bad.
the intent.
It's the intent, right?
I think so. But yeah, I think demons just in general are just a bad idea.
They're just the worst.
Yeah, you don't
man.
want to.
In general, demons just suck.
This papal grimoire has I read some of the spells in it. It was like go into a church at midnight, draw a pentagram on the ground, and, drip like blood into the center.
Speaking of
it's
grimoires,
hardcore.
do you want to grimoired up right now, dude?
I think so.
Let's fucking grimoire it up.
Yeah.
So nobody guessed anything. I think one person guessed one movie. But guys.
Yeah.
For
the best movie ever for today's episode, the occult, black magic, the dark arts, demon summoning. We have...
For the best movie ever, we have...
One of the best movies ever. Let's be real.
Yeah,
you guys could have guessed that.
You couldn't see it. You didn't see that coming.
You could have guessed.
Hocus the Pocus.
I gave a hint even. I mean, I
Yeah,
showed.
Yeah, literally, you showed the movie. So grew up on this film.
Oh yeah,
love it.
Still the best. One of the best Halloween. What's Halloween?
Period.
Right. One of the best Halloween movies there is.
We watch Scream and we watch Hocus Pocus.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I'll throw in. I don't know about you, but I'll throw in a little Halloween Town. A little Under
Halloween
Wraps.
Town's good.
I'll throw in a little Mom Went on a Date with a Vampire. All those old Disney original movies. You probably more. I don't see you being a Psycho fan or a Nightmare on Elm Street fan.
No, I do like the slasher movies though.
You probably like Saw.
Yeah, I watch
Halloween
the Saw movies.
Saw.
So Halloween comes around, we watch like
Halloween.
all of this. Oh, Halloween, yeah, that's actually a mainstay for every Halloween.
Yeah,
so we always watch the Halloween.
You have to watch the Saw.
Screams.
I can see you loving the Saw movies.
We watch the Saw movie. It's hard because it's so much. Sometimes.
How many are there? There's like 10.
There is now.
There's fucking 10.
But I mean, it's just a lot. It's so gory that you got to
so
really be
gory.
in the mood for it.
Yeah. Torture.
Digging
porn
through
stuff.
syringes and stuff.
That's
like,
the
come
worst,
on.
dude.
Yeah,
That's like my
too
nightmare.
Much. Yeah, it's too
like
much.
the other stuff, you can have the thing that rips my. That's fine.
Yeah.
Having me dig through. Needles.
They know how to figure out everybody's worst fear and make it something that he traps you with.
Yeah.
I do like the cool like mazes and stuff. You know what I thought were really good? Their recent movies.
Best movie ever, Hocus Pocus. We talk about
was
Saw
maze.
for an hour.
The what is it? What are those mazes where you solve the puzzles to get through it?
What are those?
Escape Room. Have you watched both Escape Room movies?
Nope.
Those are good. They're good for Halloween too. Yeah. Check them out. No, they're actually good.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't think Escape Room, a movie about a cool escape room would be good?
I watched some of it, and they opened a door, and they were like outside in this like snowy forest area.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Just like we did an escape room, and we're in front of a log cabin. It's just the same.
shit
It's still
was
just a room.
wicked.
Yeah. Each
That
room
escape
is each room.
Dude, I was
Yeah.
so essential to that.
They do
fucking
it.
Escape room, bro.
They do
I
it.
was so essential.
I did a good one in Colorado. It was pretty fun.
Did you?
Yeah. It was.
Was it better than the one we did?
I liked it. No, they're both just as good. I think
Okay.
the idea of escape rooms is just fun.
Yeah.
This one was.
And that place even has more options. We just did the log cabin because that's our kind of
That
shit.
sounded cooler
Yeah,
than any of
that's
the
our
others.
jam,
Yeah. We so some of the things which sucked is the locks and stuff were so worn that even though we'd have the right keys, some stuff wouldn't open right away. So we
shit.
didn't.
So you ditched that idea.
Yeah, and then they'd have to
Fuck.
like get on the intercom and be like,
No,
like 10
you were
minutes
right.
later,
Yeah.
guys, sorry, you try that key again. And we're like, oh, that's stupid. And then we would have beaten it.
You
We
would've
missed it by just a
cleared
few
it.
minutes.
Yeah, fuck.
But stuff like that
That
held us
10
back.
minutes would have
Mhm.
fucking done
Yeah,
it, dude.
yeah.
That's bullshit.
So that screwed us up, but we almost made it. We were just a few clues away from the end. But it was a really cool little premise. I liked it. But yeah. So what do you rate this movie? What do you think?
So if we're talking
Hocus
DME,
Pocus, one
best
of the
movie
best
ever.
Halloween movies of all time.
I love Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say 8 ancient magic eyeballed grimoires.
Okay, I like it.
Out of 10.
I agree. 8 out of 10. Yeah, it's a killer movie.
Yeah. So let's talk the movie real quick.
Yeah.
From Sarah Jessica Parker, who I thought was hot shit back then in this movie.
She's really pretty.
Well,
in it.
I mean, maybe just by comparison, you put
Right.
you put like a 5 next to 2 3s, and she looks like an 8. So yeah, but she was like sexy singing.
Yeah, she was the fun one,
She was
yeah.
like the sexy one. And then yeah, just so much fun. Thackeray Beach.
The song is where they do the spell on the whole town.
So great.
Yeah. Hello, Salem.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Dance until you die.
I've
so
said it on
classic.
the show so many. Thank you,
classics.
Max, for that marvelous
This introduction,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I've referenced that a few times on that
Yeah.
show. Yeah, it's so good. The whole storyline where they burn him at the beginning
Emily.
and the candle.
Thackeray Binks. Emily. That's my
Yeah.
favorite thing. Emily. That's all I want to do.
Yeah.
Is just keep doing that.
I like how they keep tricking the witches using like modern technology that they wouldn't understand at first, that they start to figure it out.
A virgin
they played
with
it
the
well.
candle. Yeah, the movie's so good.
Yeah. It was really good.
Let me introduce you to fire. What does he say when he has the lighter?
Yeah, something like that.
Something funny. Yeah. What, you like that?
Yeah, I like how the water, they all go like, oh, no, melting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good. Just classic. And then the mom dressing up as Madonna.
That was funny. Yeah.
What was the dad dressed as? Like,
Dracula.
Dracula. And so fucking good, man. That movie's classic.
Yeah.
I didn't see the second one because I don't want to ruin my childhood.
Yeah, someone told me not to watch it if you don't want to ruin this one.
Because Sarah doesn't bark. She was like sort of sexy in this because she was younger. She was a witch.
Well, I just hear they kind of screwed it up. Like they didn't make
she's
it.
in her walker. Come on, kids. I'll seduce you.
That was her thing the whole time. Oh my god.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Yeah. But Bette Midler, when she was like,
well, she's just such a big personality. She was great as the main witch. Like they're all fun. I like them grabbing different things out of the closet.
She grabs the vacuum.
Yeah, the vacuum one.
I love
the zombie was fun.
The zombie's the best.
Yeah.
But she went on to do amazing things. The one with the vacuum. Like her career
I can't
just
remember anything
skyrocketed
that she was in.
I'm like, oh my God, how do you have the time?
Yeah.
Like one after the other
She was Lucille Ball.
Who is she?
Yeah.
We need her.
We need her.
Scorsese says. Tarantino says. Spielberg says.
He said, "I'll take Keanu. You get the other guy." When they went to the opening
of this, Entourage?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounded like it.
The opening of Excellent Adventure.
Here's my impression of Entourage.
Yeah. It's the bat phone, baby.
Yeah. You small little piece of shit. Tell Vince he's out. Jig Gyllenhaal's in. That's the whole show. Oh no, this is also the whole entire show of Entourage. Hey man, okay, so I worked for the entire episode to make sure that you got this one sit down with this one director, and it's in 20 minutes. We got to get you there. Nah, man, I'm Vince.
Yeah, I'm over it. Go. And I got stoned.
I'm doing drugs now, and I just really like this chick. And if she can't go, then E.
Yeah, that's
it's
it.
not worth it.
If she can't be there, if she can't be in the movie too.
Vince, this is $2.5 million. You know I don't care about the money. Just tell Ari to forget about it.
Yeah, stop being such a suit.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is his career.
The whole show, every episode. All right, hey, so me and fucking the other guy, your brother, went on this whole mission to get you a sit down with this guy. And so it's tomorrow at 2. Tell him I'm not going to make it.
Yeah.
I just don't care. That's
too
the whole
sad.
show. Yeah. And then the next episode.
We'll just go back to Queens.
Why the fuck wasn't Vince at the meeting with Aaron Sorkin? Yeah.
It's fine, guys. We'll just go back to Queens.
Yeah.
We don't even need this.
No one wants to do that except you, Vince.
I'll have
we
to go
all
back
like
to
the money.
Sparrows.
Yeah. How was managing
We're going
a
to the
fucking
Playboy
pizza
Mansion
shop.
every other day. Like, this is crazy. You want to give this up.
Yeah. Turtle's like, you can't do this to me. Yeah. I have nothing.
I'm super good looking, and I'll figure it out. You guys.
Yeah. Well, fuck yeah, Vince.
Yeah.
You're beautiful and you're talented and you're famous. Yeah. I'm Turtle. Well, yeah. What am I gonna do? Go back to slinging likes?
Yeah.
No, that's my Turtle impression.
Nice.
But yeah, seriously. I mean, Jesus. He's like, yeah, you'll be fine, Vince. I'm sure. But it's he does.
I wouldn't let my boys down. He always comes around.
All you do is let your boys down until you say that. Yeah. But no, Turtle would be officer and gentleman. I got nowhere else to go. Yeah, like. But best movie ever, Hocus Pocus.
Boom.
You want to end the show on a spooky video?
Let's do it.
Let's do.
I think we covered the occult pretty thoroughly there.
I like it.
I also dove into like voodoo and stuff like that. A lot of fun stuff there. Maybe we'll talk about it on a future episode.
Yeah.
But let us know if there's anything that we missed today that you want us to get into.
Give me a knife and a wetsuit.
I'll kill you, shark.
I'll kill you, shark. So fucking dumb.
That's how both of them end.
I was gonna go and do a bunch of these, show some of these shorts, but I actually want to go back to Nuke, my boy.
Yeah,
because he's just the.
He's always got. He finds cool stuff.
He's got the fucking.
And if you want, you can play that TikTok last. It's a ghost one though. It's not witches.
Mommy,
yeah, I think we saw this one.
set up a motion-activated security camera outside his home after neighbors told him that some
serious shit was going on. Whatever that, the anteater.
That was fucking the anteater. That was creeps.
The Cage. Now, this next clip already appeared in a top 5 list on this channel a year ago, but no top 5 list of witches caught on camera would be complete without it. In fact, this is probably one of the creepiest paranormal videos I've ever seen.
Oh, good.
Jesus.
So, in the small town of St. Osyth in Essex, UK,
haunted.
there's a very old abandoned prison called The Cage.
Of course.
Prison
Haunted.
is unique in that for over 400 years, it served as a jail to confine and execute women convicted of witchcraft.
Wait.
Haunted.
Did you see the girl's face yet? Or is that this one?
No face yet.
Okay. I need to show you that.
Paranormal researcher Brian Mack and his crew went to the site to perform an investigation into the supposed supernatural activity
This would
in
be the most
prison.
haunted place ever.
While there, the crew said that they heard strange footsteps and whispers. Lights turned on and off.
I'm sure.
Do you remember last Crash Talk, I said that there was a video where the girl, she turns into the mirror and her face gets distorted. We watched the video.
We watched it, yeah.
And they tell her on the walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
So I confused the walkie-talkie part is actually this, where they say, hey, come upstairs. So it's actually funny I confused it because now this is the actual video.
Okay.
But dude, watch this shit. It is intense.
Okay.
Oops.
Bitten or pinched by something that they couldn't see.
I don't like
The experience was so
No,
frightening that some
fudge
crew
that.
members actually refused to continue with the investigation.
Yeah.
The creepiest and most bizarre experience of all came when Brian Mack's team attempted to perform a seance.
Dude, look
No,
at this
Brian
woman's
observed from the
face.
other room.
Why would you do that?
Face has completely changed. Doesn't
Look
he look
at,
like a
do you see that?
person?
Right, Debbie, you need to come down here for a minute, please. Oh, weird.
Yeah, go back to the beginning of it.
As the seance begins, one of the women's face seems to transform and contort in a horrifying way.
It looks like a witch's face.
Her nose seems to grow and her mouth curves
Exactly.
into a bizarre, inhuman grin.
Yeah, I don't like
What
that
the
smile,
fuck?
Face has
dude.
completely changed. Doesn't even look like a person.
Doesn't even look like
Doesn't
a
even
person.
look.
Right,
Jesus
Guys,
the person.
chill out. This is
Yeah.
kind of fucked up.
Oh, weird.
Make me leave too.
No, they literally radioed her and they're like,
Yeah, get
you
out.
don't even look like a fucking
Yeah,
person.
something's happening to you.
Yeah, I'm John Lennon.
It shows her outside being interviewed. She does look like that.
yeah. She comes out. She's
horrific looking.
she's the one that was caught on the Nest video. Footage
She's got a
with the
anteater
nose
face.
and
Oh, that'd be the best.
that'd be the greatest.
Yeah.
Well, fun times, witches and shit.
Yes.
So I was gonna dive into modern witches, but the one
We got it for the future.
Yeah. Well, I will say, hold on. So that's like I just wanted to say for that real quick. The cool thing, was that and you like alluded to it, and I'm like, oh my god, I gotta mention that. Was the fact that
that the Odeon could turn into animals.
Western Europe.
Oh.
So check this out. She insisted that in European history, witchcraft was not an obscure cult, but a dominant religious force.
Yeah.
Like what we were saying before. She argued that witches persecuted were actually practitioners of a pagan religion, which she claimed was the main popular religion.
Yeah.
Wild, right? Check this out.
We know paganism was the most popular religion up
Yes.
until, monotheism.
Her popular book sparked a new fascination with witchcraft and a spiritual path for thousands of believers who named themselves based on an Anglo-Saxon word meaning craft of the wise.
Oh.
The word is Wicca.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's the Wicca.
There it is, baby.
All right.
Beautiful.
circle.
From Ja Resurrector, Jared, ladies and gentlemen.
You. Awesome chat today. Please like and subscribe. If we earned it, thank you so much. Also, all you chatters, comment. Make sure you let us know what you want to see on future episodes.
Yes.
Thanks for being a part of the No Sleep Month. A lot of you guys keep coming back, so we appreciate it.
Woo!
And we're going to keep it going. We got, I think, one more? So, cool.
Yeah.
Cam.
Very cool. I think 2 more. We'll see. But guys, you rock. You know how much we love you. We love you more than life in itself. So we will see you Thursday for Crash Talk. But we love you. We miss you already. And we will see you Thursday, guys.
Yeah.
Have a great rest of your night. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you, everybody watching live.
You, everybody.
Chase, McKenna, first one on the chat. CTB, Given Life. All you you guys know we love you more than anything. And everybody watching after the fact, we love you too. Comment, subscribe, visit that Patreon.
Woo!
Later, guys.
That was funny.